Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another live VIP stream. It has been far too long. Bienvenidos, papi, bienvenidos. It is good to be here, good to be back. With some more Final Fantasy. Of course, we have been very busy covering StarCraft. A lot of StarCraft, a lot of content on the channel. Almost too much content, I'll be honest, especially when it comes to GSL and everything that's been, and just like the jam-packed schedule that we had, including GSL. It's been pretty intense, papi. It's been pretty intense. But it's great to be back. Great to be here. Great to be back. Great to just take a break and just enjoy some story, question mark. Look, we've had our issues. Look, the story has been very lackluster so far when it comes to Final Fantasy, but when it comes to the MSQ of Stormblood specifically, but we're here to enjoy ourselves. We're here to take a break from the MSQ, and if you couldn't tell, yo, the music is so hype. Let's go. If you couldn't tell, we are here to do what? To do some class quests. Let's go. We have been neglecting class quests for the entire expansion, for the entirety of Stormblood. We are here to catch up and to actually enjoy. I am hoping, and I would imagine, I'm anticipating a good story. It's going to be enclosed, it's going to be encapsulated. We don't have to worry about lists. We don't have to worry about how they handle characters and how they don't handle characters and how they poorly handle characters and bad writing and bad storytelling. We don't have to worry about any of that, I'm sure. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Beautiful. Oh. I know this music. It's nice. It's a nice song. It's very Final Fantasy 14. Beautiful. But yeah, we're here to catch up. Oh. Of course, we're waiting for Koopa to continue said story. Waiting for Koopa. But I hope you'll enjoy yourselves. Hope you're all enjoying. I'm just chilling, vibing to the music. Beautiful. Yo, we got lyrics? Beautiful. Okay. Let's jump back in. Oh, system. Oh, okay. When it comes to the class story, I actually don't really know where it takes us. I don't know where we're gonna head with it, so we'll find out together, I suppose. I guess. Find it together. I'll be honest, it's also been years since we last continued the class story, so I don't actually remember the last thing that happened when it comes to the Bard storyline. It's actually quite blank to me. So maybe Kuro has a better memory, and maybe we're able to rely on Kuro when it comes to that. Otherwise, we'll figure it out. We'll get there. We'll get there. When it comes to tomorrow, oh, true. We're also gonna have a lot to go over when it comes to the podcast. Yaku's busy working now, so won't be there with us for the podcast. We'll most likely be trying to get Yaku on for like Sparkling Tunica class or something, to cover some of the other events. Most likely what we'll do. Try to get him on for some tuna cup. Would be nice. Would be nice. I'm also giga tired because I spent the whole day casting. So the whole day. Then after casting, we went and I was just editing VODs, making replay packs, uploading replay packs. All day until now. And then here we are. No rest, no sleep. One day. Otherwise, I believe I'm not alone. Oh. Waiting for the duck to arrive. Waiting for the duck. And as always, I'm not alone. I'm joined by the one, the only, the savior of esports and the hero of the wasteland. It's Copa. Hello. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my god. Copa, what's going on? Why are we here? Why are we in Gridania?
So, when I asked Light, why are we here? Why are we in this place? And his response was, it's a surprise.
Yes. So I know that you were expecting. So coming into a Final Fantasy stream, okay, over the past couple of months, I guess, couple of months.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain expectations, okay? And I know that you
expect smudging.
Yes, you expect to come in today and experience a bad story. Okay, that's what you expect. All right.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Today we're gonna take a break from that. All right, we're gonna take a break from the awful, poor writing and storytelling that is Stormblood. Hopefully, I would say, because we're gonna go and we have been neglecting our class quests. Okay, I say neglecting. Really, we have been saving it. Okay, we've been saving it for a break in case of emergency. Okay. It's time to
Do you think it's gonna be good?
Well, it's time to indulge in a story that isn't going to be involving a bunch of characters that we otherwise know for the most part. Probably going to be introducing a new character, and likewise, it's probably going to be a self-contained story. So you know, it's hard to mess up. It's hard to mess up with a class quest.
Sure.
It's hard. So you know what?
So I want to be running on the rating.
Yeah, I want to be optimistic, and I'm going to assume that you know what, it's going to be a nice story. It's going to be a nice story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Let's go.
Also, do you remember what was the story in Heaven Sword?
God, no. What was the story?
So, if you remember, the story of
There was an old man.
I remember that stream because the stream was amazing when we streamed that. So, it was a story where the old man, he was still there.
Yep.
He had an apprentice. I mean, he had multiple apprentices, I think, but he had an apprentice.
Oh, okay, yeah, go on.
And also, there was at the same time there was this young guy in the guild, in the Serpents, who wanted to incorporate the bards into the proper, force. And he was trying to convince his higher ups to do so, but he was working with the apprentice of the hunter, who was a dick, and it was a problem. But because the guy from the others, he really wanted to learn to be a bard and stuff, and the other guy, he just did not care. And it was a whole arc about how different they are, and in the end, the young guy, he gets I think he gets kidnapped or something. He gets in some kind of trouble,
He saves
and
him.
he cannot defend himself because obviously he's not that good.
Huh.
And then the other one, the bard, he saves him. He comes at the sunrise with his bow in hand, and he saves him. And it was such a I remember it was such a beautiful scene because we happened to just play. I think it was actually a sunset, but it looked like a sunrise. It looked like Gandalf arrived for help. It was beautiful and completely accidental.
Am I mixing up stories? Is this also? Was there like a Mikote like woman who had kidnapped him? Was that what had happened? Or am I mixing things up? Did you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Do you remember that in any story that we've played so far here in Gridania, where there was like a Mikote woman who kidnapped someone who was maybe like a part of bandits or something?
Wasn't that the archer thing?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's something. Yeah, that's something else. Yeah, that's when you say bot, I'm thinking about was that part of the archer main story quest line? Of like Realm Reborn?
I think it might have been. I don't remember because remember the main archer quest was the two people in the archers guild, and one of them was belonged to the family of bandits essentially.
Yeah.
But she like broke out of that. There was like a whole drama about it.
Yeah. That's what I remember. Okay. I remember the OG one. That's what I remember. Okay. Cool. Well,
and there was an elf, and they were very tsundere, but they actually
were.
like each other.
And they helped each other in the end. Like, yeah. Exactly. It was wholesome.
It was awesome.
But yeah, like usually they're like like relatively self-contained stories. Relatively. So like sometimes some of the class stories actually like a little bit more meaningful to the main story. In other ways. But yeah. That's right here.
I mean, they often give you context on what's happening.
For sure. Also, hello, Sokka. Hello. Good to see you, Sokka. I did notice I was AFK earlier, and Sokka ran by my AFK body and cheered for me and pet my platypus.
Nice.
And then ran away.
Hold on, I have something to click. Oh, boo. There was an error. It gave me a watch streak.
Okay. This is Jehantel. Remember Jehantel? It's the old man.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Jehantel's eyes light up at the sight of you. He's like, it's been years since anyone's spoken to me.
It's been literally years.
My dear Light, how good of you to pay me a visit, and a timely one at that. Our friend Sanson, with whom you journeyed. I met with him, but recently, and it pleases me to say that his labors have finally borne fruit. He has grown a nice apple tree.
Yep.
Have an apple. Okay. Quest complete.
Complete.
His proposal for a unit incorporating bards has received formal approval. Even as we speak, he is rounding up members for the unit's inaugural mission. Now, during our conversation, Sanson mentioned that he had a favor to ask of you. In case you haven't yet heard from him, mayhap you could seek him out first. You are like to find him at Quiver's Hold. This is what I mean. Like, it's like, you know, it's like, it's its own story. You know, none of this is like, fuck. Go to see Hanson. Take Liz with you. Like it's, you know, it's like, fuck.
No, Liz is not here.
She just has to tag along because she has to be a part of everything, you know?
Liz is not here.
She's gone. She can't hurt you. We're in Gridania. She's gone. She's in the void.
This is where they're like, you know what? We need a leader for our new unit. Let's bring Liz.
Let's bring Liz. She knows how to lead. It'll be fine. No. But yes, I mean, so it's a nice little, you know, self-contained story that we can follow, following characters that we established previously, but separate from what's happening in the main story.
Yeah, I like that they keep the characters and it's actually a storyline.
Yeah.
That is also why I started like uploading videos of those quests on YouTube whenever I have the time, because I think there are some interesting stories there that people who don't play a certain class will never know. And again, they also give you more. They often give you more context on the world itself.
Yeah.
I have to get back to that, by the way. I have a bunch of recorded videos of some classes, but I just never finished them.
I could have teleported to Gridania, but I wanted to fly.
You could have.
Because I miss flying.
I mean, like, yeah.
Grist has to spread his wings.
Yeah, he has to practice.
Let's go. Let's go back to where it all began.
Yes.
Also, hello, Werehugs. Hello. Good day.
Hello.
If you're doing well.
When is Werehog playing Final Fantasy?
When is Werehog playing Final Fantasy? True. When is the hug gonna turn into a cat boy?
You know he would be a cowboy, huh?
Oh, yeah. God. Alright, Three's Company.
Hold on. I know they're here, but I want to see how the guild is doing. I haven't been here in years. Hello, Lucian. Lucian was our second mother, man, really.
Yeah.
It's our second mother. We have two mothers for some reason. Don't worry about this.
How fares the guild? You can ask. Concerned about Sylvarian Leia? You needn't be. They still bicker, of course, but it isn't nothing serious. They see each other with clarity now and have come to understand that their differences are only skin deep. Would that all my archers could benefit from your positive influence. Yeah. Cat boys unite.
So there's a sleigh.
Damn it, I said.
They're still there. They're still here.
Ah.
Hanging out. Far away from each other, just to, you know, make sure that nobody thinks that they actually are so close or anything.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
They are not related in any way. Not affiliated.
Just because I said meow. SMH my head. That's not something you would normally say, Werehog, you know? Just saying. Just saying. You're an animal. Jahanto. Wasn't otherwise engaged, so I thought I would come along. Go on, and see what is Sanson requires of you. Okay, Sanson.
I think Jahanto is like, well, I was bored. I'm here.
Light, it's so good to see you. Our hard work has paid off, my friend. I've received permission to establish my Bard unit. Moreover, we've already been assigned our first mission. I couldn't be more pleased. Save for one practical concern, our new recruits yet lack the experience to embark on an honest towards mission. In seeking to fill our ranks, I immediately thought of you, Light. You are exemplary among bards, and I should be greatly heartened for your participation in our maiden outing. I've also taken the liberty of requesting Goidelas transfer to the unit. With your combined experience and skill, we are bound to leave a splendid first impression. Now then, I will go to receive my orders from Commander Qualois. Qualois?
Yeah, sure.
Qualois.
Sure.
May I assume that you will join me? May I say that I too have a vested interest in young Sanson's success? I should be personally grateful for you to lend him your aid, Light. Okay. Let's go. I just got back from a very important meeting today. Oh, I hope it went well. Hope the meeting went well. Hope all is good. Don't forget you can jog now. Go on.
I know, I've been jogging.
I'm learning other languages. Cab. Okay, cat boy.
I mean, there's no pig boys yet.
Not yet.
Yes,
No.
we'll get there. There's a pig suit.
There is a pig suit.
I think. No, yeah, I think there is one.
It's for sale. Well, if it isn't Captain Duck, by all accounts, you were instrumental in the success of Captain Smith's previous expedition. We are glad for your cooperation. Now then, allow me to brief you on the mission. Our order has received an anonymous letter, one that makes certain claims. We would have your unit verify the truth of it. There is a tome that holds a damning secret pertaining to the Autumn War. Should you desire it, send your most capable to 9 Ivies. I will be waiting. The war between Gridania and Alamigo. But that ended 100 years ago. I labor to imagine what secret could exist that should be so damning even now. Might this not be an ill-conceived prank, Commander? Our leadership believes it likely, to be sure, but it is not a risk they are willing to take. Nay, not with the winds of public sentiment blowing as they are. You all know that our order is involved in the Alliance's campaign to liberate Alamigo. Well, there are those among the citizenry that disapprove. A small but determined faction that refuses to forget the wrongs of a century past. They still view Alamigo as the enemy, and ardently oppose our reaching out of a hand of succor. Not potentially incendiary can be allowed to stoke the people's discontent, and we must move quickly. Your mission is to make contact with the letter's sender and ascertain the nature of the secret. Go on.
This is the Bard. 100% this is the Bard. I'm calling it this is the Bard. This is you.
You call that a mission? A bloody errand, more like. Couldn't be asked to handle it yourselves, so you foisted it onto an eager new unit. And if the secret proves inconvenient for Gridania, what then? Will you sweep it under the rug along with all our hard work? Guidelot, mind your tongue. You are addressing a superior officer. So you are the famous Guidelot. Worry not, my friend. Whatever the secret turns out to be, I give you my personal assurance that you and yours will receive due credit for its discovery. Alright? Okay. That's good enough.
I like that you sum up everything that he said, yeah? Right?
It's been forever since me and Lies last performed together, and I just want to enjoy the moment. No complicating factors, you know? The Autumn War is an emotional subject for Gridanians, the older generation especially, and for us bards, it is also notable for the involvement of singing archers. In the course of your mission, I dare say there will be much to reflect upon, and many opportunities to grow. I wish the three of you the best of luck. Without further ado, let us make haste to 9 Ivies, before Guidelot can exercise any more indiscretion. That's because I bought like 5 games. Este warehouse. Calm down, man. Calm down.
I mean, you'll be happy to know that Final Fantasy is a free-to-play mode up to Stormblood, I believe.
True. What we're doing right now is all free to play. There's no telling who or what awaits at Camp 9 Ivies. See to it you spare no preparation. But yeah, this is a nice quest because it's bringing together some old faces, and it's actually going to give us a little bit of lore backstory as to the war between Alamigo and Gridania, which is relevant somewhat to you know what's happening right now.
Exactly.
It's crazy. It all fits together. Crazy.
It's crazy how you can write a story.
Games were on sale. Fair enough, man. I've been granted early retirement after battling with a lot of health issues for the past many years. Oh, okay. I'm glad to hear. As in, I'm sorry to hear that you've been having to battle some health issues, I stand. But glad to hear that things are going well for you. It's going well. So hope you're taking care, I stand. I didn't figure out which username to... Don't worry, I'm sure where Hogue you're gonna find a new one. Okay, I'm sure you'll find a new one. God damn it.
Yeah. He's gonna be Werecat.
gonna be naked cow.
Naked. What? Why?
Because he's not wearing it. Because the opposite of wearing something.
Ah.
And it's not a hog. It's a cow. Yeah. Yeah. That's the best I can offer.
I thought that's not what the wear. Oh, look at Gaido's clothes.
Yeah, they're both wearing new outfits.
Yeah.
Sanson. He has a fancy new lance. Look at it.
But like
Sanson's lance fits Gridelot's outfit.
It does. It's same color as well. Yeah. But like Sansa has more like, you know, like just operational outfits, you know, just and Gaidos, he's fancy.
He's got the inspector's outfit.
Yeah, he went full fancy.
Alright, Sanson. Unless I'm mistaken, this is our mysterious sender. Is our man, you reckon? Simpering youth. Well met, friends. I'm Norval, a humble citizen of Gridania, and I see you received my letter. Why are we all standing out here in the rain?
I don't know.
We've come as you bid. The tome, if you would be so kind. Ah, but I never said that I had it, and to be clear, I do not. What? Then why did you summon us here? To get you wet in the rain. Okay.
Yes.
Patience, my friends. I will explain. You see, like many Gridanians, I have an ancestor who fought in the Autumn War. 'Twas he who first learned of the tome in question, after the fighting had ended. In turn, I learned of it from my parents, and since then I've dreamed of poring over its pages. Alas, it lies deep within Alamigan territory. I was resigned never to have the chance. But then the brave soldiers of the Alliance had took Balsaz's wall, and the way was made clear. When I heard the tidings, the flames of my boyhood passion were rekindled. Finally, I can fulfill my dream of reading a book. Okay.
Poor boy.
So I told myself. Before I thought better of it. I'm no soldier. You see, the prospect of wandering a war-ravaged land in search of a tome is, frankly, beneath me.
Yeah, that's why I could.
Unrealistic. That's why I decided to reach out to you and yours in your order for cooperation. Based on my parents' account, I'm confident that I can track down the tome, and I will help you find it. I only ask that you take me with you. So what say you? I'm but a commoner. I know little of the ways of nations, but it seems to me such secrets as the tome conceals could be harmful to diplomatic relations. Is this not so? So if we wish to find the tome, must agree to your company. Quite a demand to make over your nation. Huh. You've got stones, that's for sure. I like it. I like your stones. Okay.
Okay, guys, don't say that out loud, okay?
Okay. Are you serious? A civilian is essentially holding us to ransom. He's blackmailing us, and you praise him for his stones? They're pretty big.
He's really into the stones.
Look at it this way. We didn't know the tome existed, nor have we the faintest idea where to look for it. Better to have help them than to fumble about blind, I reckon. Come on, Lights. Back me up here. You like stones too, don't you?
He sure has stones.
Yes, that is the only answer. That is the only answer. He does.
So
he sure has stones.
We should say it like all sassy, like just because it's funny.
I appreciate that we latched onto that jokingly, but the game latched onto it as well. So that's good. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, they like this kind of jokes.
They like the stones. They like the stones.
They like the stones. Yeah.
You too, Light? Are appearances truly that important to a bard? Setting aside this talk of stones for a moment, I'll not deny
What?
that they are pretty big. Ah. God. Oh, no.
What have you turned this into?
That we would struggle without Norval's knowledge. Alright. We agree? We'll go find the book with your stones. Okay, let's go.
Use your stones to find the book.
Very well. We agree to your terms. And here's ours. You must obey our orders at all times. To the letter, sir. You shan't regret bringing me on. First, we'll make for Castrum Oriens, presently held by the Order of the Twin Adder. Thence, we shall make our way into the unknown.
Wait, if the guy is not a fighter, why does he have a lance?
Maybe it's like a big walking stick.
Yes, definitely. But he carries on his back.
Well, yeah, he needs the support if he's going to walk around with all those big stones.
True. True.
It all makes sense.
The big stones.
Exactly. Otherwise, he'll just topple over. How do we? Oh, we have to talk to this guy over here. For some reason, when we walk up to the gate, we have to talk to this guy.
Yep.
The gatekeeper.
Why is the gatekeeper all the way here?
I don't know. Ah, look, he's got his harp out. Ah.
Hold on, I can see it.
He's writing.
I can see it.
I hope that they should make these idle animations for people.
I would like a playing idle animation. It would be good.
Yeah. See?
So I could just chill and just play something.
Look, they're idle.
Yeah. He always does that. He just plays whenever he has time.
Yeah, but like Sanson's also writing in the background.
Yeah, because he's like the studious student.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, Sanson. And here we are, at the easternmost reaches of the Twelveswood. The journey has scarcely began, and already I'm keenly grateful for your company, Light.
This he has to say.
Soldiers from all nations, all in one place. A veritable goldmine of songs and stories if I've ever seen one.
True.
Not bad. The armies of 4 nations, united under one banner and one purpose. A sight to stir the spirit. Well, where to now? Pray do not be hasty, Master Sanson. Before we venture into the wilds of Garabania, we'll do well to acquaint ourselves with the lay of the land. As a servant captain, it should be a simple matter for you to secure permission for us to remain here, just long enough to get our bearings. I suppose it would only be prudent. Very well. I'll request permission of command. I'll get right to bonding with the locals. Alright. Time to put my stones to use. Excuse me?
Yeah, you heard me.
Always wanted to compare songs from the 4 nations. And the liquor besides. Master Gudelot is quite the character, isn't he? Aye, that he is. Pay him no mind. Now then, I will make my own inquiries. In the meantime, you are to lay low and refrain from bothering the garrison. Understood? Right. Gudelot and I shall tend to business here. Pray take your ease until we are ready to depart. Okay, first quest done.
We led them to the camp. Done.
Though I'm but a humble civilian, I shall endeavor to make myself useful.
Do you think that the town doesn't actually exist? He's just making shit up.
He might be. It's hard to say. Like, he has a really distinct personality, so he might
do you write him in a very specific way?
In a very pompous way. Like, he might just be doing this for a different reason entirely. It's hard to say. Let's look around for the bard. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to look for guy. I don't know. Who is he drinking with?
I don't know. Can we enter any of these buildings? I don't think we can.
I don't think we can.
Oh, look, it's Mr. Bookstore.
Yeah, Masha Bookstore. Can you tell us where the other guy is?
Ah.
Hey, he's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we can't go into the building.
See who he's drinking with.
Yeah. Okay.
But what I was gonna say is, I like that like their personalities stayed the same, but they just like not bickering with each other as much. Because remember, like they were like full tsundere, but now they're like, you know, they both know what they are, you know.
Yeah.
But like they didn't change who they are.
Sanson. Sanson is at his wit's end with Norval. Can't believe I'm saying this, but Norval might be an even bigger pain than Goudelot. Despite my express instructions to keep out of the garrison's way, what does he do but go and bother every single soldier about? And now everyone here looks at us as Askins. I bought a tome to record mission details, but instead I'm filling it with the names of those whom I must apologize. Oh, I'm sorry if I've caused trouble, but it's simply more efficient that I make the inquiries myself. What a man says amounts to only half the story. How he says it gives you the rest. Besides, I felt compelled to make up for Master Goudelot. All he seemed to be doing was drinking and singing. Well, appearances can be deceiving with him. He has his own way of acquiring information. Speaking of which, I'm curious as to what he has learned. Light, why'd I ask you to look around the castrum for him? I will keep a close eye on Norval in the meantime. Sanson.
I mean, we were already doing that.
Goudelot will be somewhere in the castrum, making his inquiries with a lyre in one hand and a cup in the other. Please find him and ask him what he has managed to learn. Norval. Quite the character indeed.
Oh, he's into him. He wants to copy him.
We've had him.
Oh, there he is. Was he here the whole time?
Sansa wants to know what I know, does he? Well, might be, as I've learned a thing or two, but I ain't ready to share him yet. Still, needs to clear up some details, see? And I'm not one for unfinished tales. It ain't bardly, as I'm sure you can appreciate. Seeing as you're here, though, there is something I could use a hand with. Of late, masked bandits have been terrorizing the area. Not even Alliance soldiers are safe, it seems. The brazen bastards set on a patrol just the other day. And now, a Twin Adder scout's late to return, and chances are the bandits are at it again. Want you to go and check things out. I'd go myself, but I need to keep an eye on our friend Norval. He's been acting queer since we got here. There'll be more to tell later, but for now, you'd best be on your way. The soldier was bound for Schism, the ruins to the northeast of here.
See, I like that despite them being like, oh yeah, all he does is drinking, like he's actually giving us useful information.
Yeah.
He's actually doing things.
I also appreciate that we're doing this after we've learned how to fly.
Yes. It's not what I wanted to do. I didn't even get to shoot.
Oh, hello, Sokka. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you. They fell upon me with nary a warning. They knew I was coming. We alter our patrol routes on a regular basis, but they knew. What's more, it was as though they were barring my way. But now is not the time for speculation. I must take word of this back to my superiors. Thanks again, friend. It's Captain to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say we are part of this company. Excuse you. But are they implying that the young guy is part of the bandits?
Maybe it's unrelated. Maybe it's related. Hard to say. But obviously someone is feeding the bandits information, right? I ask you, how is a man supposed to go about his business when he is constantly watched? I merely wish to be helpful. Guidilla refuses to say a word until you return. I tell myself he has his reasons, but gods, is it irritating? Guidilla. Ah, there you are, Light. So, what happened? Was it the bandits after all? Masked bandits in the area? And you had an encounter with them? Like the matron, you did not come to harm. Guidilla, why did you not see fit to share this with us? Well, I knew it was nothing Light couldn't handle alone. Besides, I had some business of my own. Someone to keep an eye on. I cannot imagine who that might be, Master Guidilla. I owe you an apology. I'd assumed an air that you were not doing your work. Unorthodox though your methods may be, there's no doubting your efficacy. Ain't no trick to what I do. Everyone's got a song, what's close to their hearts, and with a bit of a camaraderie in the cups, they'll tell you what it is. Then I strum up their song over a heart-to-heart is all. Thanks to Guidilla, we were able to learn of the recent incidents, so I ask you, will you not have a little faith in us? Not certain I understand. Look, Norval, we've made a stop here, at your request, that we might gather information for our search, but not once did you tell us what it is we should look for. But, by now, we have more than a solid grasp of the region beyond. What should we do next? Oh my, did I neglect to tell you? My profoundest apologies. The tome we seek, it's said to rest in a place connected to Gilbert, the general who led the Alamigan forces during the Autumn War. Now that you mention it, the masked bandits appeared on the way to Schism, and Gilbert was a known devotee of the Fist of Valg. Just taking a wild stab here, but might be as they are also after the tome. An unsettling notion. Should that be the case, we haven't any time to waste. I will go and make some inquiries immediately. Wait, I didn't give you... Leave him. There's something you two need to know. I got this from a soldier, but Norval's been sneaking outside the castrum while our backs are turned. Bass has been acting quite fishy since we got here, and he tensed up good when the subject of masked bandits came up. Whatever his true motives may be, we must bring them to light. I'm right here. Rather than reeling
We
in.
bring him to light. Light will decide what to do with him.
Okay. We'll tie him up. Let us give him some line to act. There's no telling what Norval will do next. While we keep watch, please see that you are ready to deal with anything. Whatever shenanigans Norval's up to, we're gonna find out. Sense.
I just want to say, hold on. I just want to say, the more time, like the more we see it, the more I just enjoy the interactions between Sanson and the guide dog. Like, there's just something so cool about like them being their own ways, but like at this point you can tell that they're like the old friends. It's like, yeah, he's doing that fucking thing again, but like, you know, like they know each other. It's so cute.
Yeah. It's
where like Sanson comments on like, oh, he's so irritating. I guess he has his ways. Like it's I don't know why, but it just makes me so happy with like, you know, they know what like each other well. Despite being completely different. You can tell that like, you know. Yeah.
It's done in media. I mean, it's done in media where we have like these two opposing figures, but like they have respect for each other. Like I don't know, it's like Samurai Champloo, like the two different samurai, right? Or you know, One Piece, Sanji and Zoro sort of stuff. Like it's like, you know, these two people.
I would say Sanji and Zoro fight a bit more.
Sure,
but,
they do,
yeah.
they do. But it's a similar concept where like they, you know, they were more adversarial to begin with, but then they like, you know, learn to just put up with each other and like deal with each other and just. Yeah.
It's like, you know, they both, because of how different they are, like they both like probably annoy each other and stuff, but like, you know, when the time comes, like they know that they can trust each other as well. Because like here where like you had like this scene where like, you know, you have Gaida who's always like, how do I put it? He has a certain way with words and the way he conducts himself. But then like the guy is like, hold on guys, I have something to tell you. This is like important.
Well, what's important is that he divulges information not just to us but to Sanson as well. Like he's cluing him in as to what's happening. Like, so there's that like cooperation or that like mutual respect between them that that he wants him to know what's happening as well, because he trusts him.
It's not like, oh, it's just between us because we actually know what's going on. No, like he's part of this.
Exactly. That's what's important about that interaction.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I just really enjoy it.
Sanson is poised to pounce upon Norval. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, I'm gonna jump on him.
Okay, you distract him, I'm pouncing.
We've continued our surveillance of Norval's activities. It's beyond a shadow of a doubt that he has an ulterior motive. In order to find the tome, it's past time we took our search to the field, but always he finds an excuse to stall. Whenever I suggest investigating this ruin or that, he will inevitably claim we haven't enough information. It's his claim he doesn't want us out there. Nay, Bastard wants all that outside goodness for himself. But try as we might, we haven't been able to find out where he sneaks off to. Warier than a bird, that's one. Meanwhile, the masked bandits continue ambushing Alliance patrols, and they always know exactly where and when to strike. It's as though they have insider knowledge of patrol routes. The only explanation being there's a mole in the garrison, leaking them intelligence. And who could that mole be save for Norval? Every move of his marks him as a prime suspect. We know little and less of Norval's plot, but it can only lead to ill. We must needs bring it to light, and swiftly, before he can do any more harm. To that end, Godzilla and I will be keeping Norval close, allowing him to no chance to act. By now, he will be positively itching to rendezvous with his accomplices. And this is where you come in, Light. We need you to feed Norval some false information, that I am in an alliance meeting, and that Godzilla, a drunken stupor. Our man will not pass up the chance to sneak out, and he is like to do so with greater haste than usual. This will afford us an opening to shadow him to his destination. Just drunken stupor? Really?
I was gonna say, I was waiting for him to object because he's not that stupid.
So you couldn't say I was like with some ladies or something, or you could have.
You say like I'm about to... Why?
Not so flattering, I know. But you cannot deny that it is believable. You hurt me.
You should take offense to that. Oh, that was...
Now then, right.
Oh, poor guy, though.
Pray go to Norval and plant our misinformation. Once you have done so, come and meet us outside the castrum.
I want the cinematic to end with Kaido just muttering, "Sure, Drengo's the first."
In chat.
It's just like, you know, he does it anyway, but it's like, I'll get you next.
The game has both cat and mole people. Yes, I said yes. Ah, all the people. There's lizard people, there's bird people.
It's
It's all the animal people. They're looking for them all. Both of them unavailable. There I was, ready to strike out on the trail of a promising lead. Well, disappointing though it is, the search will have to wait. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to.
okay.
Gonna follow them all.
There's something here.
It worked, my friend. Narval rushed out of the castrum not a moment ago. He was headed east, toward a ruin called Girkaim. Godela trails him even as we speak. Come, let us join the chase.
I trust Kaido to do a good job.
Huh.
I think part of why I am so impressed by this is because they really made Kaido like a really unlikable person on the very beginning, but like they completely turned him around. And like he didn't change that much in personality. It's more that like he just learned to work in a group.
Yeah.
Ah,
Does this mean we have to be out of a party?
probably.
Sense. What is he up to?
Yep. No dialogue, just go in.
It's a good old-fashioned tryst. Let us have a peek, shall we? We have it, my lord. Turned up among his retainer's possessions. Ah, at long last, Gilbard's journal. And not a moment too soon. I just about outstayed my welcome at the garrison. When that adventure caught us falling upon the patrol, I'd feared that the game was up. But thankfully, the other two were blind fools, all this time watching me. They didn't see a thing. We only skimmed the term, but it seems you're right about what happened to Lord Vanchelon. Was there any doubt? Once we return to Gridania and make this knowledge public, none shall harbor so much as a shred of sympathy for Alamigo. That shall pave the way for us to propagate Lord Vancello's will and advance our agenda. At last, we've uncovered Norval's purpose, and the tome is right before our eyes, no less. Grand Hula spoke of a faction that vehemently opposes our aiding of Alamigo. I dare say we have found them. But how did Norval come to lead such a crew? What is this talk of Vanchelon? What? The Gridanian general sung about in nigh 100 songs, who led our forces against Gilbard in the Autumn War. only to die of an illness before the fighting was over. Aye, the very same. Having lost his leadership, we would have lost the war entirely had the other nations not come to our aid. Don't know about the rest of you, but it seems to me our damning little secret pertains to Vanchelon. Narval seeks to use it to stoke the fires of anti-Alamegan sentiment to some sinister end. This cannot be borne. We cannot let them have the journal. Are you with me?
Do you want to bet that there's actually nothing useful in the journal?
Let's find out. Narval, we cannot allow you to have that tome. How did you? No matter. You'll not stand in my way. Ah, we're gonna kill everyone.
Yes. He has a lot of health for being alone.
Got him. Are you close? And
Duty complete. I'm waiting for the dialogue.
okay.
Oh, the book.
Yes, the book.
Okay.
Perhaps you are not such blind fools after all. Very well. Take your journal. I didn't even want it. Aye, take it. Read it. Know the vile crime the Alamegans committed against Lord Vangelon, against my own blood, and see the folly of aiding such honorless people. What do you mean your own blood? Did I mishear? Did he just say that Vangelon was his ancestor? Aye, that's what it sounded like. Vangelon, the folk hero, loved by all, celebrated in countless songs. And that pain in the rear's his descendant. Ugh, never would have guessed. Anyway, we've got bigger concerns. Let's see what this musty old tome's hiding. I can't read.
No, Sasu is the one who can read.
True. Can. To Vangelon, I extend an invitation to negotiate peace. The meeting must be in secret, I explained, for not all of my officers share my view. My opponents accepted and arrived at the appointed hour. Peace? Everyone knows there weren't no peace in offer. The hell is this about? Wait, it continues. Without suspicion, he took his seat, and without suspicion, he drank the poisoned wine. The effect was swift and sure, and within moments, the man lay dead at my feet. Wait, Vangelon was murdered by poison. To this day, Lord Vangelon remains an object of worship among many Gridanians. Were they to learn of this, the present grumblings against Alamegan liberation are liable to grow into large-scale protests. There's no denying that some Alamegans did some terrible things in the past. What Norval's trying to do ain't no better. Might be as he's after the truth, but nothing good will come of this, and certainly not any decent songs. Now we all know that's what's important.
I mean, obviously.
The truth. Tell me, Griselot, when we surrender this journal to our superiors, what do you think they would do with the knowledge? Burn it. The seed seers aside, I reckon the brass hats at the Adder's Nest would want to cover it up. Bury it nice and deep and pretend it never existed. Aye. Nor would I put it past them to exploit the knowledge to gain leverage in dealings with Alamigo. But whatever they may do is none of our concern, is it? Duty compels us to hand the journal over to headquarters. You're the leader of our merry band, Sanson, and duty compels me to obey your orders. Shite, they often are. You decide whether we hand over the journal or not. Gridlow wouldn't trust his decision to me. What have you liked? Oh,
that is a good choice. That is an actual RPG choice.
Actual decision.
Yeah. See, and actually, it's actually difficult because on one hand, I would say we should all decide because why should we just put it on one guy? But on the other hand, specifically what Guy Delors said was very important. It's like, your orders are shit, but I will follow them anyway.
I think
it was very, very like the.
I think he should decide. I think he should make the decision.
Yeah.
Like specifically in this situation, like he is the leader. Like not us. Like this isn't like a Scions operation. This isn't like a Crystal Braves operation. This is specifically his operation for the Twin Adders, right? Like it's not. Yeah. I feel like we, as well as Guidelin, we have less authority here, and I think we it's okay for us to trust his judgment, and it also it allows him to like express himself, and it's good for building character for Sanson. I think it's better for him.
Again, we had a great line from Guy Delors where he's like, I will follow your. That was cute. He's like, that's cute.
Okay, you should decide.
Because he was like acknowledging him.
Yeah, you should decide.
Okay, you should decide, Sans.
Yes, that would only be proper. As the leader, mine is the burden of decision. At any rate, this ain't the place for more dilemmas. Let's get ourselves back to the ashram before Narvel and his mates decide they want to have another go. Sense. But the law has disappeared, somewhere in the castrum, giving me room to ponder matters I shouldn't doubt. I've since read through Gilbart's journal, and I'm afraid there is no two ways about it. He summoned Vanchelon under the pretense of peace, and then slew him with poison. However, one mystery remains. It appears that one of Vanchelon's sons was present at the fateful meeting. Landranel was his name, and he narrowly escaped with his life, but instead of crying bloody murder, he announced that his sire had died of illness. Here is a man who witnessed his own flesh and blood slain, and in the most underhanded manner. Yet he concealed the truth. Why did he do this? I do not understand. But it avails us not to agonize over the motives of those who lived in the past. Nay, our quandary concerns the future. For the future of both nations, the truth is best kept buried. No good can come of digging it up. 'Tis crystal clear what must be done. And yet, though my mind sees logic, my heart rebels against the idea. Forgive me, Light. It seems I require more time to think on it. Sanson is on the verge of making a decision on the tome. The instant we hand Gilbart's journal to headquarters, the truth of Vanchelon's death is all but guaranteed to be struck from history. Thought long and hard on the course of action. What we should do with the tome. I believe I'm drawing close to an answer. Before I make my decision, however, I would ask your honest opinion. Do you think the sordid truth of the Autumn War should be made public knowledge, even should it jeopardize our relations with Alamigo?
So he said a very important thing for this whole case, which is that his son was present, and yet he did not say that he was poisoned. And also, it would make sense the son who was present was probably the ancestor of the guy, because he said, our family knew about this tome and it was like passed over generations. Yeah. So that's probably the guy who was present, and he hid that. Mm-hmm. So the question is, what was the reason he did it? Was there like another reason that we don't know about, or was it just like, oh, I don't want to cause drama, so
yeah,
I never
it's probably
said
just
it.
political reasons. Like it's just as in just to not fuel the flames of
Like diplomatic reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like a public knowledge, keep it secret, ascertain its credibility. I feel like the third option feels like a cop out. Like I feel like this is pretty. I don't know if there's any question as to whether or not like what it is we're finding is like real.
I mean, to be fair, we don't know, but
yeah. It feels like a weird response.
I mean, I guess the thing is that the problem that we are deciding upon is not whether or not this is real, it's whether or not this is a piece of information that we want to give to the superiors. Like, regardless of whether it's true or not, like, do we want to share that? Like, it's not our place to decide if it's authentic. So, what do you think?
Personally, I think it should be public knowledge. I don't know. Personally, I would like to believe that even if this knowledge is revealed to the public, that people can be able to look past what happened in the past and look to the future and recognize that these people are currently being subjugated, right, by the Empire, and they need our help regardless of what happened previously when it comes to like killing people and stuff like that. And we would want to help them anyway. So in my mind, knowing what happened is probably more important, because I would like to believe that people would get over it anyway, or people would look past it and people would be able to, you know, look to help the people of Island Meagle regardless of what had happened in the past.
But
yeah. But at the same time, like, but I would say that I don't know if it's my place to say that.
I don't know. Like, the thing is that I like the guy who originally hid that information. He did it for a reason as well. So like that's also kind of like disrespecting the will of person who was actually there.
Sure, but his reason was different. Like his reason was more immediate. Like his reason was because the two nations were at war. This is different. Like the war is over. Like it's all in the past now. It's all history. I'll say like what happened then doesn't really have any bearing on what's happening now.
Sure. Yeah, so I guess we should make it public. I mean, the thing is, like, people should know the truth. It's more that, like, they should know, like, the context of it as well.
Yeah, so it's either make it public or just ascertain its credibility, which feels like a non-answer, but, like, it's...
So, what do we go with?
Which one do you think? 1 or 3?
I guess we make it public. I don't know. I am unsure. But I guess that sounds right, because people should know, right?
Yeah.
So make it public?
Yeah. I'm with it.
Okay.
An upright choice from an upright man. Though Norval's motives and methods are unconscionable, one cannot deny that there is justice in pursuing truth. Thank you, Light. As leader of our units, I am now ready to make my decision. Let us find Godelot. He will wish to hear it too.
Wait, what did we do with the young guy? Did we kill him?
Which young guy?
The mole. Did he escape? Did we
You mean
kill him?
Norval?
What happened to him? Yeah.
No, he ran away.
Okay.
No, when the both of you are ready, I'll announce my decision. So, you've made up your mind, then? About what to do with the truth? I have. I shall go to the Adder's Nest and entrust the journal to our superior's care. Above all, we cannot allow it to be used as an instrument of hatred. Having said that, neither will I stand for the truth to be erased. I will oppose any attempt to do so with all my being. Yeah. Not so sure I understand. What do you want to do exactly? I will hand over the journal, on the condition that the truth be revealed one day, when the people are ready to accept it. Call me indecisive, but I cannot bear to see the term misused, nor the truth willfully buried. Well, well, look at you. Sense of the stiff, standing his ground. Goes without saying, but I'm with you, Chief. Ain't no one gonna exploit or erase history on my watch. It's like, well, well, well. Look who's got big stones now. Hmm?
He should have said that.
He should have said that.
He should have said that. That would be so funny.
I guess he does have big stones. True, true. Bigger than Norval? Bigger than Norval. Yes, yes. Ah. They're so big.
That would be such a guide way to say it as well.
It would have
been
been a nice way to go full circle. They might still do it, but because it started with stones, it should end with stones. Thank you, my friends, for trusting in me. Don't let it get to your head, though, eh? Had your decision not been to my liking, I would have knocked you flat on your ass and resigned from your swiveling unit. So much for you decide. Never change, Godilla.
What was that, Smirk?
Captain Sanson, right? Some fellow asked me to pass this letter to you.
Oh, he's so small. He's an elephant, but he's so small.
Yes. This is from Norval. Journal is yours to do with as you wish. But ere you take it away, I will speak with light and light alone. One last time. I wait you in Dimwald, by the Percipient one. Ah, this reeks. Tell me it don't. But, if this is a trap, why would Norval ask for the strongest of all of us? He may truly have something important to say. Conversely, it would also offer us a chance to convey our intent. I am loath to expose you to danger, my friend, but will you go to this meeting? I don't like the idea of you going alone, but that'd defeat the purpose of the meeting. At the first sign of danger, though, get us out of there fast, alright? Get out of there fast.
No, I want Gaetero to track me. He should follow me, just in case.
This may be our last chance to speak with Norval. Please, go to Dimwald and see what he has to say. First sign of trouble, you beat a retreat, alright?
It's cute, he actually cares. Despite
Right.
being cookies, yeah.
We're a team.
We're not in party.
Ah.
Yeah, but like, you know, he started as like, you know, that complete egoist who does not need anyone. And like, no, he actually is a team. It's good. But like, I would like him to stand watch, like, during the meeting, just in case. Like, even though, like, we don't need any help, obviously, but it would be nice if he actually followed us. Because we know he can.
I think what I find interesting about this quest mechanically so far is, if you noticed, we haven't learned, it's been purely story, as in we haven't learned any new abilities. Like usually, even for the Heavensward stuff, I want to say that you would learn an ability here and there. But here we're not learning anything, it's just story. So that, like, as in, obviously, if it's happening to the bard, it's probably happening to the other classes as well, where they might have gotten rid of that, maybe. At least for Stormblood.
Or maybe like only like the final quest gives you a ability or something.
Maybe. Destination.
There's sign of trouble. Up. What was that?
Okay.
That was underwhelming. I know that we're over leveled, but that was underwhelming.
I'd imagine the insinuations that something happened somewhere else.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Was guided that way? Did they steal the journal from Sansa? Oh, good. I took my book.
You're back. But where's Sansa? Another letter arrived after you left. Asked for him to come as well. You're really alone then?
Why would he go alone? Why did you let him?
Swive me. You were just a diversion. Sansa was a real target. I thought it'd be alright seeing as you'd be there. But I should have gone as well. God strike me down for a fool. If we didn't see Sansa, they must have nabbed him on the way to Dimmold. Come on, we have to find him.
Kaido, you're smarter than that. You know you shouldn't let Samson go alone, ever. Anyway. So I imagine that we took Gaidelo on Rooster somehow.
Huh.
If he's the third person.
Sansa's book was lying here. They left a message in blood. The goddamn mummers. We have your friend, and we will send our price to the Adder's Nest. That Whoreson can take his ransom, shove it up his ass. We're gonna storm their hideout, tear more new ones, and free Sanson. Two makes the most sense. Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, because you don't need to be calm, but we don't know where we're going.
Damn it, Light. How can you always be so calm? It's downright contagious. And you're right, of course. Don't even know where the boss has been taken. Well, the boss has taken Sanson. We need help if we're going to save him. Come on. Let's hurry back to Gridania, to the Adder's Nest. Gonna get the old man?
Yes! We gotta get the old man to track him down.
Use your return.
But you know what? You are right. I like this story.
Yeah, told you. It's
mostly for the interactions between Sanson and Gaidelo.
Well, like in general, like it's just nice. It's just not there's no real complaints. Like,
yeah.
You know, they got the one guy that knows how to write a story, and they got him to do all the character stuff. It's like, okay, all the class quests.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, guys, don't you want me to help with the main story? Like, it looks like you guys need some help. Like, no. You got the class quests, okay? You'll be fine. Like, guys, are you sure? I mean, I can help. I can. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Or maybe the opposite. He's like, no, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, maybe.
I have my characters, so I'm gonna take care of my characters.
I don't know. I've just reported the situation. They're gonna call a meeting to talk strategy. As for Gilbert's journal, I'm still holding on to it. told him it was for the chief to hand over. They were none too pleased, fancy that. You see, unlike our friend Sanson, I don't have much faith in the Order. Don't trust them to act in our best interests. The journals are our bargaining chip, not only with them, but Norval besides. It'd be good to bring old Jehentel into it as well. He'd want to know, and I might even have some sage advice to share. And he might even have some sage advice to share. But for now, we'll sit tight, wait and see what the Order in Norval will do. And then we plan some doings on our own. Till then, rest up and save your strength light. We're gonna need it. Oh, there it is, the ability. Delivers an attack with potency 280, can only be executed with under effect of Hawk's Eye. On it upgrades straight shot. Ah. And we get a set of clothes.
Yes.
Guy de Law is keenly waiting to see how the Order of the Twin Adder will move. Good timing, Light. Norval's demands have just arrived at the Adder's nest. In exchange for Sanson's freedom, which released the contents of Gilbart's journal to the public. Bastard won't be satisfied until all Gridanians hate all Alamigan's guts. The brass hats are deliberating a course of action as we speak. Not much we can do now but wait. Command has made a decision. You will not wish to hear this, but the Order rejects Norval's demands. He and his band are to be summarily eliminated. But what? Hold on just a second. You won't even try to negotiate Sanson's release? As a nation, we cannot bow to acts of intimidation. I'm afraid negotiation was never an option, and here I must repeat the order for you to relinquish the journal at once. So what you're saying is, you're abandoning Sanson. Gonna let him die. Here's the great Vanchelon, hero to all Gridanians. But you won't even lend an ear to his descendant. Oh no. Instead you choose the easy way out. Just kill everyone, even your own man. Wash away the bloody past with more blood. Just to be clear, I ain't siding with Norval. There's no excusing his method. But there's no excusing yours either. It's bullshit. That's what it is.
I've lost faith in the Orders.
I'd go one. I'd go number one. Aye.
Yeah, one makes sense.
Yeah.
Aye. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Can I go do it myself if you can?
Now. Pray do not be so quick to despair, for I was simply relaying the outcome of Command's deliberation. A deliberation in which the Elder Seedseer had no part.
Fine, I can go to Elder Seedseer if you want.
As you say, Godilla, the orders are bullshit. Not the words I would have chosen, by the way, mister. But you speak the truth nonetheless. And I, for one, have no intention of abiding by them.
Okay, hold on. Before we progress, I wanted to say I didn't mention it, but I wanted to say like I have a bit more trust in the others than Gaidano has, and especially Helua has always been good to us. So yeah. I thought that he would be on our side. So I am pleased that they didn't ruin it, and he actually is smarter than that.
I mean, I was expecting this. I was expecting him to say, "Hey, the orders say this, but we're gonna go save him anyway." Like that's
Yeah, it makes sense because he's a good character.
The decision was largely influenced by a small handful of our leadership, and of the boldest handful, if I may add. 'Tis plain from the fact that they did not think to bring the matter before the Elder Seedseer. Captain Smith is a dear comrade, like you. I'll spare no aid in any effort to rescue him. And I am pleased to say that we are not alone in this sentiment. As a matter of fact, I have already reached out to my Lancer and Archer acquaintances, and they stand ready to aid our cause. Now we're talking. There's still hope for the Order, if it has good blokes like you, Vorsia.
He said Vorsi. He didn't even call him full name.
I would thank you not to call me that ever again. Thank you very much. Now, the Order will move as soon as they ascertain the enemy's location, so time is of the essence. Good luck. pray take word of these developments to Jahanta. Meanwhile, Captain Duck, I need you to bear word to the 2 guildmasters, Lucien and Wayne. Dwayne? Jane? Vane? How do you say that? Dwayne? Yuane. Lucien
I would say
and
Ewain.
Ewain.
If it was Ida, then it would be Ewain, right?
Ewain, yeah, okay.
Ida was also with a Y.
Okay. Tell them that the time is nigh, and pray return here swiftly. That's nice. We're getting the guildmasters involved. Like they don't really do much. So yeah.
Yeah, and also they are part of Gridania, so it makes sense that we would get them involved.
Yeah.
But something I did want to say though is one thing I didn't like about this is that you would think that all this time Gaidolo would be like trying to track down Sanson and not just stand there and wait. Because he is a tracker, we know that, but he can sneak. Mm-hmm. So it would make sense for him to try to track him down. So it was good. Yeah. This is good. This is so much better than the main story. How did this happen? Like this is like leagues above.
It is. It's crazy. They're actually using characters, like older characters that have their place.
Yeah,
in the
like
story.
characters in a good way, and actually like banding people together for a common goal and stuff.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Shame.
The time is nigh then. Very well. We shall make ready to depart at once. When the call came, full men here offered their bows. There is not a soul here who knows not of you and Jahanta and Gaidel. Together, let us rescue Sanson.
Going to the Lancers Guild. Can use the Ethernet.
Oh, fine.
To Ether Connect.
I wanted to run all the way there, but arguably, me running there could have been shorter than me teleporting there. It's okay. Where are you?
Wayne. Aye. Varsail has briefed me on the situation. Sanson once trained in these very halls, and I should like to hear his excuse for being captured so easily. At any rate, you may count on our lances. That Sanson was one of our own is reason enough. The request comes from both of you, and my longtime friend, Varsail himself.
Yeah. See, they're all gonna come from Samson.
Yeah.
It's wholesome.
Yeah. You can teleport to the Great Plaza.
There you go. That was useless.
There you are, and not a moment too soon. Things have begun to move. Our scouts report that Norval and his band have since returned to the Twelveswood. They've made their lair in the North Shroud, near the shards of Dalamud. Even as we speak, the Order mobilizes a unit for an assault. Must be there ahead of them. Set out at once, and make first for Alder Springs. I shall instruct the others to join you there. I will remain here to stall our forces as long as I can. Godspeed.
This is actually kind of exciting.
You're like, okay. I just need to make sure that I pack my bow.
Okay.
My bow.
And do I have arrows? I do have arrows. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, good. It's like my hands are shaking.
Fine.
Look, after some questionable stories that I experienced lately, I just needed a good story, okay?
Whew. We're ahead of the Twin Adder crew. Let's keep it that way and get right to work. Our guild friends will take down the sentries and secure the area. We're free to get close to Norval and give him the thrashing he deserves. Oh, we have to hold on.
Got it.
Hold on. Disband the party. Okay, let's go. Well, well. I was not expecting you two here to deliver the Gridanian's answer, are we? You wish. You craven whoreson. Whatever your demands are, it ain't got nothing to do with us. So, you're acting alone. I thought you had some wits. Or do you care that little for your friend? Kill Sanson before you get your answer, and all deals are off. Everything you've worked for, up in smoke. Or do you care that little for your goal? Mayhap you have some wits after all. But clever though your ploy may be, do you have the strength to back it up? Oh, don't you worry on that score. We're gonna knock you around so hard all the scales will fall from your eyes. And if that ain't enough, to make you see clearly, I'll even slap in a song. Something lively to wake you up from your misguided beliefs.
Canoes.
Got him.
Why is he called Guider of the Spent? By the way.
Ah, oh, spent. Let's go. Tell me when you're ready.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Why? Why do you not understand? Why do you not see the Alamegans for the filth that they are? Let each spear be thrust for everlasting peace. Let each arrow be loose for the forest and the trees. Oh god, he went too fast. That song. How do you know it? I'm a fucking bard. I learned it just recently. With a spot of help from Jehantel here. He showed me Vanchalon's grave, which I understand your family's been tending to for generations. The song was engraved on the headstone. It's a fine piece, and it ain't hard to see why your ancestor loved it. Take up arms, that we might have peace. So the words go. Words that came from Vanchalon himself, as a matter of fact. The Autumn War gave birth to a good many anthems, and a good many of them borrowed his words. Take a look, and you'll notice a recurring theme: peace and harmony. How dare you preach to me of my ancestor? For generations, my family has sought justice for Lord Vanchalon. You couldn't possibly comprehend our pain. Not us, perhaps, but I dare say your great-grandsire, Lord Landrenal, could comprehend it better than any man. He witnessed his own sire's murder before his eyes. He knew the painful truth, yet he chose to keep it a secret. Why was this, do you suppose? It was because he knew that above all else, his sire desired peace. Had it been made known that their hero was struck down by treachery, ordinary Gridanians would not have been satisfied with protecting their homes. Nay, they would have demanded justice. They would have demanded blood. The war would have raged on, leaving yet more death and destruction in its wake. And the peace that Lord Vanchalon dreamed of would have gone up in smoke. Knowing this, Lord Landrenel... Spare me your lies. Lord Vanchalon desired Alamigo's destruction. You cannot tell me otherwise. Tell me, young man, did it not strike you as odd that I knew of Lord Vanchalon's grave? That which your family has kept secret all these years? That explanation is simple. I had the honor of knowing Lord Lanendro. It's like, how old are you? What?
Good question.
Like you, he admired Lord Vanchalon and everything he stood for. And what he stood for, first of all, was peace and harmony. And you would honor both their memories. You would do well. And if you would honor both their memories, you would do well to honor these ideals. No, this cannot be. My ancestors despised Alamegans. Yes, they all did. If not, everything I've labored for, the blood, tears, have been for naught. I ask, not that you forgive, but know that neither will we forget. When the time is right, I will see to it that all know of Lord Vanchalon's great sacrifice. This I swear in Nofika's name. I ask only that you believe, as your ancestors fervently did, in a brighter future, one of our own shaping, undarkened by shadows of the past.
That was a very cinematic shot at the end.
I sent the others back. We can deal with the rest ourselves. That's it. Worry not, Light. Quite well. Thanks to you, and Gridelot. It ended with only a few cuts and bruises. But ere I may rest, I must see to one last task, making good on my promise to Norval. Come, let us return to the Adder's Nest.
Let us return.
Yes. I came off full down in time.
Yeah. That's why, do you think they said it intentionally? We're not in part.
Ah. Ah, no.
Yeah.
Ah. My apologies for keeping you waiting, Commander. I have Gilbert's journal with me, and I will surrender it on one condition. Once the veracity of the tome's contents is ascertained, the Order must make the truth public knowledge when the time is right. On this, we are of a mind, Captain Smythe. Smith. Not only will I relay your terms to our leaders, I will speak strongly in favor of them. But know that mine is but one voice, and more shall be needed if we are to strengthen our cause. As such, you must rise through the ranks swiftly to stand with me. Stand with you? I fear it will take me a while to attain that honor. To be fooled and taken captive so easily. I'm still green as summer grass. It is true that the success of this mission is owed much to Captain Duck, and you'll do well to give him your profuse thanks. However, I suggest that you will also give yourself more credit. You may have much to learn, but you will learn them in good time. This time you are faced with numerous trials, yet did you not accomplish your mission in spite of them? Aye, listen to Voicey. We came back with the tome. No one can say we didn't do our jobs. Look at you. Bit of praise and you're a stunned marmot. That won't do it all. If you're going to shape the future of our nation, you're going to have to shape up. You need to grow your stones.
I was waiting for you to come back to that. Oh no.
You're right. Good at that. You're right. From leading our units to fulfilling my promise to Norval, much rests upon my shoulders. Come, what may. I will ever stand tall and forge on. Light, I must needs go to file my report. But ere I leave, allow me to offer you my heartfelt thanks. Not only for your valuable aid, but for being an example to me. By following your lead, I shall strive to become the best leader I can be. That my unit's song might one day serve to rouse all Gridania. And off he goes. Good that he's hale and hearty at any rate. I'll stick with Sanson for a while. Make sure you don't tear open any stitches. In the meantime, would you go and let Jehantel know we've returned? I'll be along myself soon enough. But, speaking of the old man, to think that he knew Vaincelon's son. Don't get to that age and not rub shoulders with a legend or two, eh? How old is he?
That is a very good question. I mean, they said the war itself happened 100 years ago, right?
You can math it out where maybe because he's not talking about the guy that was killed. He's talking about his son. And his son might have been really young.
The age of the son.
There's a chance that his son might have just been really young. And
yeah, he's talking about the grandfather of the guy we talked to.
Yeah, but as in he's talking about the guy that was really young, and it's possible he didn't know the guy that was really young until he was actually much older, and he was young, right? Like you can do that in such a way where it works.
Yeah, I mean, that he's an Ellison. I'm pretty sure Ellison lived long.
Yeah, but despite that, like you can math it out. Like it's fine. Where like the kid may have been like 18, and then Jahanto didn't meet him until he was like 60 or something. You know, like.
Could be.
Like it works.
Where are we going? Spinning in circus. But see, this was good story, and we literally had the story of somebody getting leadership skills and like becoming a leader of a group. We literally had it right here in this short story.
That's crazy. They actually wrote a character like growing as a leader, and you know, being a part of his team, and actually learning lessons and being humble about it as well. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
And they did it in like 5 quests.
They did. Did it in 5 quests. Wow, I'm sure they wouldn't have any other issues doing that to another character in the very same expansion, right? They shouldn't have any issues. They just look at this quest line and just use it just as a template or something, you know? They just learn from this, right?
I'm actually more frustrated now.
Just apply it to other parts of their story in the same expansion.
Oh yeah, this was so much better than the entire main story.
I see. My thanks for bearing word. Though Samson and Gudelot may not have endeared themselves to the Twin Adder leadership, they have found a stout ally in Commander Huila. I must say, it truly stirs the spirit to see the younger generation blaze a new path. And I pray that Norval too will find his own path to walk, one that is paved not with hatred, but with hope. That leads to peace both in the world and in his heart. 'Tis what his ancestors would have wished. In him, I see them, and it calls to mind my days spent learning bow and song under his great-grandsire, a kindly old man who tirelessly tended his father's grave, never forgetting the ideals he stood for. Yeah, see, so he was a young boy learning from like an old mentor. Yeah, so it adds up. Somewhere along Lord Vancela's line, those ideals had faded away, but thanks to you and yours, they may yet be restored, and made bolder still by a true remembrance of the past, and the world shall be a better place for it. We haven't seen this in a while.
It's a new animation.
This concludes the Bard's quest for Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers must be registered to your service account. You must complete the main scenario quest, Shadowbringers. Must complete the role quest, Courage Born of Fear. Once you've done so, be available at your handheld. We did it! A Bard's Tale number 3.
We did it!
Hold on, let's speak to Jahan.
Okay.
Hold on, let's speak to him. Both Samson and Gudelot have grown much in their cause of their recent trials, and it is to your inspiring presence, I believe, that they owe who they are become now.
How very of it.
Very of late. The recent episode with Narval has called to my mind memories of days gone by. Days I spent with Lord Landrenel as a boy, testing even the old man's patience with my unruliness. Glad am I that I could pass down the ideals he shared with his father to their descendants. It makes it all the more worthwhile to have lived this long. There you go. Okay. What does the set look like?
We need to know.
Oh. Comes with a bow as well, which is not good because I don't have room for a bow, but okay.
I'm equipping all of it just to see what it looks like. Okay. This is for him. There you go. Of course, you get pants. I don't get pants.
Hold on, let me just... I do get pants.
I don't get pants. Why would I have pants when I can be naked? Hold on, I need to, hold on.
This is
okay. Those are shorts. Okay.
Yeah, this is 290 gear. Interesting. Antiquated. It's weird. I would have thought we would have gotten Guidelon's outfit. This is...
No, because the Guidelon's outfit was Heavensward, no?
I guess so.
But you would think it would be more like either like Asia or like, you know, more like Alamigo related.
Yeah.
Hold on, what does the bow look like?
This is very
filled. It's another foldable bow.
Yeah. But it's nice. Made out of wood and stuff.
I do like the jacket, I think. I think the jacket is fine.
Go back to my clothes.
The hat is a lot. Hat is way too fancy for my taste. I mean, it can work in certain situations, but yeah. Oh my god, you're naked. Oh no. What happened?
I lost my clothes.
Where is it? Oh, those are high heels. Okay. Interesting.
Okay. But yeah, we have now finished the Bard story of Stormblood. Yeah. Finita. I'm glad that that we didn't do it piece by piece. I think it's better to do it all at once like that.
Yeah.
It's more like of a cohesive narrative instead of doing it bit by bit as you progress through the story, the MSQ. That was good.
It was a really good story too.
Yeah.
And again, I really enjoy the dynamic between Gaidaro and Sanson. I am... How do I put it? I have a weakness for the characters who are very tsundere, but they actually care. So that was right in my kind of story.
Yeah. I think it was good how they... One, again, we spoke about at the beginning. It was good that they made use of. It was a good way to expand the lore and learn a little bit more about the history of the region. And it was again related to what we're doing with Alamigo. It was also really good use of some of the older characters, not just of Jahantel, but also of the other guild masters. It wasn't big for them, but it was still nice that they also got involved. Yeah, and Helwa as well. I think it was really nice that they had their own role to play. It felt very Gridanian-centric and Twin Adder focused, obviously. But it was done really well. And of course, it followed and progressed the story specifically of the two characters that we had been introduced to in Heavensward, which is good. Like we didn't. I don't know if that's going to be the case with all of the class quests. Probably not. But like, it's not like we got introduced to like a new character and a new, a new kind of story. Like, no, it was progressing an older story, right? And following them into their like next adventure sort of stuff. And we got to see more of them, which is good.
I want to say I think most class quests actually do that a lot, where they follow the same story, like the same characters.
No, for Heavensward there were some class quests where you just get introduced to a new
for
character.
Heavensward, yes, but like it's like continuous storyline. So I just realized something about this code.
I can't say that because I haven't done any of the class quests in Stormblood yet, so I don't know. Because it's possible that...
No, on Stormblood I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's like this is the first one that I've done for Stormblood, where they did choose to continue, and maybe they do, maybe they don't for the others. We've yet to be determined.
We'll
right?
see, I guess. But yeah, I just realized something about this code.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
What?
The bagpipes.
Are there bagpipes? Oh, yes. Yes, the bagpipes. Let's go.
Why? It's not like any bard is playing this.
Yeah. Bagpipe bard. There you go. But I agree. I think this narrative, because there have been some nice moments in Stormblood, but they've only ever been moments. Like, they've only ever been short-lived. Like I still think of, say, the brief stuff that we had with, what's her name? The Domin assassin chick. What's her name?
Yugiri.
With Yugiri, right? It's like with her interacting with like the other people and being shot down when it comes to trying to help them, trying to save them, and like having that moment, like looking over the water and all that stuff. Like they're like these nice little scenes, but when it comes to like an extended like quest story, like this is so far the best that we've experienced in Stormblood, because literally in almost, if not every single quest line, there's been like problems and issues. And things that like bring everything else down.
True. I'm trying to think if there was anything. I mean, there were some like parts that were nice.
That's what I mean. Like there was some nice.
Like an entire quest was nice.
Exactly. Like there were some segments that were really good. Like we were talking about stuff with like Hien, and stuff with Gosetsu, stuff with Yugiri.
Some stuff with Alfie as well.
Some stuff with Alfie, yeah. Some stuff with Alice. But
it was only like partial.
Yeah. Because they would also like mess a bunch of stuff up, like with the Gabo stuff and all that. Like yeah. Yeah.
I have glamoured this code, by the way, so I am stuck with this now. I am stuck with the bagpipes.
Okay.
I'm gonna serenade us into battle with the bagpipes. I should find like a royalty-free bagpipe soundtrack and just play it in the background when we fight. Why bagpipes? Like none of this was Scottish. Aistan is still here.
What do we
get? He has
get?
a new line for you.
No. What is Light's favorite martial arts? Evasive technique. Ducking. What is that? Is that a martial arts technique? Ducking? Okay. Sure.
This now.
There you go. Yeah. Gotta learn to duck. Into goose. Into platypus. Yes, exactly. Hold on.
Holding on. Look at my bagpipes.
Alright. So I just posted a message in our Discord. Just finished the Bard Stormblood class questline. We actually enjoyed ourselves. So far better than anything in the main Stormblood MSQ. Not like this.
I mean, that's true. We did enjoy it more than anything in MSQ. Literally best questline so far.
God damn it, Einstein. God damn it. Absolutely barbaric. Aye. So, something that I'll let you know for next time, for the next stream that we do, I believe the only other, I could be mistaken, I believe the only other class that you have at least level 70 is Dancer, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
You don't have any other class at 70?
No. They're at 60 something.
Okay. So, because of that, the next time, because right now we're only 2 hours in, so we have plenty of time. So we're gonna do some MSQ. We will progress the main story. It's all downhill from here. But for the next stream, we'll do the Dancer questline. Okay.
So that means I have to catch up on Heaven's Sword dancing because I haven't done that.
There is no. The only quest for Dancer is like the intro quest. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I mean, hold on.
Level 60.
Yeah. So you have to finish that. You have to finish that because I have the Stormblood Dancer quest. Okay.
Okay.
But it's what you have to do. What you have to do is like it's very brief. Like it's not long at all. Like what you have to do for Heaven's Ward, because it's just like the introduction quest line, basically. And then when you get up to level 71, then we'll do that on stream. Okay.
Okay.
It'll be a good way to start the stream to have something good
to look forward to.
Yes.
So this is my dancer outfit now because I ruined it with the glamour.
Okay. That's an outfit.
It is an outfit. Because I glamoured the other outfit with an archer only item, so now this is what it is.
Zero Ho is RP walking away.
Yeah.
It's nice.
No, yeah, I do that a lot actually. When I'm like in cities and stuff, I would like walk around, just be an NPC.
Huh.
I like doing that.
Yeah.
I like being an NPC when I'm not actively playing. Okay. Time to go back to the story.
Yes. Now that we've peaked when it comes to actually like enjoyable quests, and again, like it was really well done. Which is what I expected, to be honest. Like it was more of a smaller, self-contained quest line, but they did a really good job at like continuing and progressing like the progression of like characters that were established previously. It was very engaging. It was a little fun. There was some fun dialogue, some fun character interactions as well. Yeah, it was good. As you mentioned, like I want to say maybe for the first time we actually had, like, obviously, like I think regardless of your answer, it would have led to the same place. But like, you know, we even had like some inputs when it comes to like decision making and responses, and those are actual responses that we had to like think about, which is good, because that shows that it's a good like RPG writing in the game mechanic sense when the player actually doesn't know what the answer is that he wants to give, like not because all the choices are bad, but because all choices have a reasoning. So that's good. That was good. But also I want to say I'm trying to remember like other quest lines that I've did for class quests, and I think the whole Archer Bard storyline is actually one of the better ones, like in terms of like character involvement. Correct me if I'm wrong. You say that. The problem is that when you say that is you don't have, unlike me, you haven't played a lot of the other classes. So
yeah, that's why I'm saying correctly. Like, what, like, are there other quests that like specifically like follow certain characters and like their progression kind of thing? Because I remember, I think, what did I do? I did like, I did some white mage, but like white mage stuff is mostly like the Seed Seer family and mostly like their interactions. Then you have, I did the, why can I, what am I like, the Scholar quest line.
Yeah.
And like the Scholar quest line is more like finding a mentor kind of thing. Like it's not as personal.
I would say Lancer has it, especially coming into Heaven's Ward, obviously, because like you do the Dragoon stuff, and you interact with Estinian's like childhood friend, like other Dragoons that are related to Estinian. I think I mentioned this to you. I recommend playing Lancer if you want some more Estinian stuff, because you don't interact with Estinian, but you interact with people that know him and knew him and stuff like that, and like you learn, you get introduced to other characters. So I will say, from my memory, Lancer does that. The Machina stuff is different because you know this now because you're doing a little bit. The Machina stuff is about like creating the new guilds, right? And you obviously you're close with the
more Machina is more focused on Ishgard itself.
Yeah. So it's a little bit different. Astrology is.
I would say Mechanics is more like focused on like the Ishgardian society commentary, I guess. More so than like particular characters.
Astrologian is very similar. Astrologian is also more Ishgardian stuff. So if you like Ishgardian stuff, then Astrologian is also similar because that is also new and centralized to Ishgard, with how they like read the stars and use that to like determine things, and how they're pushing that kind of like ideology as well, or trying to incorporate that in their own way. So yeah. I would say Lancer is closest to Bard, maybe, from my memory.
Okay.
In the sense that they like introduce like other characters and you follow them.
So that's a tip for everyone playing. If you have not tried doing other classes, then do the class quest. It's very interesting.
Good. All right, it's time to embrace the bad story.
Hold on. We haven't talked to these people yet.
Okay. Hold back.
A storm of blood approaches fast. Hell's open, heavens weep. She's in a trance, don't worry about her.
Iron Bolt. The battle for Castro Mabania was brutal, but the one for El Amigo will be unlike any we've ever known. Mattia. The end is in sight. It's been a long time coming.
Okay.
Tip in. Father has
let's
dreamed
talk to
of
him
this
from
day.
the table.
For nearly half of his life, just one more step. But I swore to return with an army one day, and here we are. We're almost home. So almost. Those Imperial bosses don't stand a chance. We'll blast them to smithereens with our cannons. Serpenov. The Flames belong on the front line, whereas we are better suited to a supporting role. Owing to their lengthy campaign against the Dravanians, the Temple Knights are a well-rounded force, and the Minsons, well, woe betide the enemy who has to contend with a pirate and his axe.
True.
I like that analysis of things.
Yeah,
Nice.
he was way more analytic, and the rest of them
Yeah.
were like, yes, let's do this. It's like, you know what, this is a good plan.
Lucia.
Although I have briefed our officers on Guardian tactics and magic design, I cannot say with confidence it will be of much use. Xenos has employed unorthodox strategies before, and I know little of these new prototypes.
Literally,
Oh yeah, remember the mad scientist?
literally the only unorthodox strategy we've seen so far is that he just killed his own people.
Yeah, sure.
That's the only thing he's done.
I mean, the other strategy is him experimenting, right? That's the strategy.
That's not a strategy. That's not. Anyway, which by the way, hold on, but we still have not actually had a conversation with anyone about that. By the way, Like
No.
we literally just assaulted a facility full of experimentations, and we like
No,
if you remember,
don't worry about
if you remember, I told you like how we didn't talk about it after we encountered the brute, which was weird, and you're like and then now we just like went to an entire facility full of that, and it's like we're still not talking about this. Are we not going to have like a conversation about the like efficacy about what's happening to these people, and even what happened to the skull leader? Like, are we
to $4?
to $4? Like what? Like, are we just not gonna have any dialogue, interesting dialogue about these events? Are we not gonna? Okay.
We did not get budget for that.
No, we have to just keep giving us more scenes of Liz talking about being a leader. Okay.
Yes, and how good she is at it, and
Yes.
more people nodding.
Yes. Okay.
She just stands there and tells everybody how good she is, and everybody just nods.
Okay. Emmerich. Hilda and her watch will keep Ishgard safe in my absence. You know I would not miss this for the world, my friend.
I like this little tidbit. Emmerich himself being here makes zero sense, but I like that little tidbit where he's like, "Oh yeah, Hilda got the city under control. It's fine." We're like, considering that Hilda was like regarded as like not a rebel, but like like a scum, like a criminal, but like it's like, oh yeah, he has a watch.
Yeah. Buddy.
Good. The smell of salt water in the air here reminds me of home. I find it quite comforting.
Manga.
Most of the Alamigans in the residential district are An, so I doubt we'll have to deal with many Imperial sympathizers. Take An. Cotter built these walls to give shelter to his brothers and sisters, and now our people's freedom rests on us tearing them down.
No. This place is a bit too dusty for my taste. I find myself missing the forest. Hammy.
Not gonna lie, I read his name is Parmesan.
I've traveled here from distant Corthus to support the efforts of the Alliance. Pray call upon me should you have need of a Chirurgian skills. Chirurgian skills. Dorothy. That's Dorothy.
Have you met her before?
Yeah, I recognize the name.
I'd only ever heard the tale of Alamigo in the reports. It's a far grander city than I expected.
So
Oh yeah, can we just mention how Alamigo Order looks much bigger than Doma?
Yeah. Like hold on. Like this,
Just
like
visually.
the size of this place that we're about to assault should have been the size of the like the Kingdom Palace place that we were assaulting
Doma
from.
Castle.
Yes, exactly. It should have been equivalent in size. Like the Doma Castle
it should be like a
pales
little
in comparison to
village.
this. Yeah, for sure. Ugh.
Because that's what castles were in the past. Castles were like little like enclosed villages, essentially.
Yeah. So yeah.
So this is Alamigo. These Strider cities are all edges and corners. They lack elegance. But yeah, like this place actually feels grand, unlike the Doma stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Denon. Nice to see you again, Light. No problems to report here.
Have we met before?
Sure we have. Thorncrow. Well, if it isn't Light, hope this eve in Porta Praetoria finds you well. What do you do here? Fight for the Alamigan resistance. What else? I was but a child when I fled the city with my parents, and I remember little of life before the Gallians came, but I still see her streets in my dreams. Those memories are what brought me here. Though a part of me never thought we'd make it this far. I mean, by Valgar. We're within spitting distance of Cotta's Citadel. We're almost there. We're almost home. What kind of place is this? Porta Praetoria, our last camp before Alamigo, and the point of entry to Castrum Albania. Though I reckon you know that since you came through there. This passage between the peaks and the locks has always been held strategic importance, but it was the Gallians who went and built a bloody fortress right on top of it. Though it's our fortress now. along with all our supplies. We've more than enough to sustain us through our assault on the city. Okay.
Speaking of, part of me doesn't like that they use Gallian names for these places, because those places would have like names in their own like language.
Agree. Yeah, I agree.
And like you can call the fortress a certain name, but you shouldn't call the place a Gallian name.
Yeah, I think it's fine when it comes to like original built stuff. But if they occupied a place and then built on top of it, then you shouldn't call it by its new name.
If they build a fortress on a mountain, I don't know, Mount Doom, whatever, and you suddenly call it, oh, this is now Castrum Eagle. It's like nobody would actually use that. Like, you know, they would call it the mountain, and then the fortress itself may have a name, but like they would still use the same name for the place. Especially since we are like, you know, a separate force, because it's different when it's like people from the occupied territory, because usually then, you know, like the name may be banned or something. There may be like consequences to like using the old name, but when it's like literally people of the opposing army, then there's no reason why you should use the Gallian name.
Hanisena.
So many lives lost, so much blood shed, but it will not be in vain.
Keeper. Not since Katanu have we gathered in such numbers, but this shall be much, much different. Merlin.
It was no small feat, but we brought with us the main battery from the Triumph. We should look forward to the show.
Let's go.
Literally just roll the cannon straight from the ship.
Looking at all these brave men and women in uniform from all across Erosia, none can accuse us of being an alliance in name alone.
True. I mean, it is cool to see all these mixed armies.
Yeah.
It is true.
Finally we saw a little bit more of some of the beast tribes.
They don't exist.
I mean, at least they've learned from the mistakes and they're using the snake people, at least.
Don't worry, the snake people will help them in the original assault, and then they're gonna like peace out. Oh, striking damage. Oh, also fancy chocobos. So many people here. What is this? Okay, no, seriously, what is this? What is this pointy tent behind us?
What?
No, to the right. To the right. It's a pointy tent. Not this way. Turn around.
This tent here? This tent here?
Not the next one. The next one.
There's no next one. There's nothing here.
There's
nothing
the other
here.
way. The other way. The other way.
Oh, this one.
This one.
This one?
Why is it pointy?
Maybe they're covering the cannon. Ah.
Why would the cannon be pointy?
Because it's going to shoot. Anyway, it looks like that's everyone.
I mean, there are some people downstairs, but just like...
Yeah. Okay, happy now. The stage is set, and the players are assembled. Erosia has come at last to drive the invaders from her lands. What would grandfather say if he were here with us today?
Ah, you don't want to know, Alfie. You don't want to know.
What does that say? Oh no, yeah, she's
in the hospital. Remember, we removed her from the story.
We removed her from the story. We removed Ida from the story. We removed Ida from the story. Sorry, Estola from the story at the start of almost at the start of the goddamn like expansion.
Yeah.
And now Alisei is sent to her as well. Yeah.
We also partially removed Kryl, and we removed Thancred because he's busy.
Well, Thancred has been gone the entire expansion, unironically.
That's what I mean. Like they're all being just gone. Yeah. We got rid of Conrad, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Who else?
The Ranger. Yeah, he's been going the entire expansion as well. He had that one line about like the samurai sword.
Yeah, he had that one line that came up once, and we still don't know why.
Yeah, he had the sword line. Yeah. You know. Avenor remains concerned for his dear friend. For all our other accomplishments, Kryl remains in the hands of our enemy, and I find myself wondering if I could have done more. Though we know now that she was taken to the city, we have found nothing which might tell us where she is being held. Let's go!
No, you know what? I'm screenshotting that. This should be the response of half of the story.
Yes.
Be like, you know, you could have just asked that.
It's like, you know, you could have just included me in the story. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
Maybe use the character.
Could have just asked me. Like, who the hell are you?
Yes. Who are you?
Tancred. What have you learned? No, like, hello? It's been like 10 years? No, like, good to see you again.
Nice to see you too, I guess.
I shall spare you the particulars of my infiltration and simply state that I have seen her with my own eyes. She is being held within the residential district south of the city proper. I tracked her to the ruins and the old temple of the Fist of Ralgar, within which the Imperials have constructed a research facility. Research facility? What manner of research? Why, methods to imbue Garleans with the power to manipulate ether, in pursuit of which goal their scientists have, I'm sorry to report, performed many questionable experiments on living subjects. I said now they're talking about kind of.
Yes.
Nani? We had no idea.
Nani?
They were experimenting?
Alfie, we actually, you know what, never mind. Calm down, Alfino. We've already been tasked with securing the Alamigan quarter. This just gives us a reason to do it faster.
I just remember that she put on a fancy dress. I forgot that she had done that.
She is ready to party. Also, I just want to emphasize that you were like, yes, finally they are talking about the issue, and this is like, no, we don't have to talk about this.
That is actually what just happened. I was about to bring that up. Yeah.
She literally just turned it down.
Yeah. I entered and exited the facility by stowing aboard Imperial transports, but that method is not suitable for a larger force. And it goes without saying that a direct assault on the rather substantial main gates would be ill-advised.
I think I might know someone who can help. One of my men. He had an idea about how to get into the city. Actually, it might be best if I let him explain it himself.
It's the cynical youth. He was
That's
in the
his
first
name.
village. Yeah.
That's his name. That he's a Rogadin. That's clearly, and that's his name.
It's been a while. I'll not take offense if you don't remember. Might be glad of it.
Alagana, am I right?
No. Whisker, but okay. Whisker's the name. I was raised in the peaks, but my mum grew up in the city. At any rate, I reckon we can get inside the Alamigan quarter by way of Loxed.
What? How?
I was about to explain. It was
explain now.
It was a story my mother told us, which made me think of it. She was always going on about what life was like when she was a girl, you see. How they used to have to boil water from the well before they could drink it, since it was full of salt.
They were drawing salt water from the logs, which means that there must be an underwater tunnel or something.
Aye, that's it. But it won't be as simple as going for a swim.
Oh, we haven't done that for a while.
The well was closed, see? Apparently, Theodoric decided one day he wanted to control the water supply and forbade water trading. so even if you came up through it, you'll find yourselves on the wrong side of a locked gate. At the time, my grandfather, being an enterprising sort, befriended a guard and lifted the key from his belt. He made a copy and carried on selling water until the Imperials invaded, and he ended up working at the Sultry. In short, we need your grandfather's key, assuming he still has it. I'm certain he does, and I can take you to him, but it'll be dangerous.
Don't you worry about that. We're used to dangers. Now go and Ironvad will assemble a squadron while the rest of us go and get the key.
Thanks.
Good.
Had I judged it possible to rescue her myself, I would have. But there were too many guards. Too many ways it could have ended badly. I knew at once I would need your help. Off you go. Hold on, Kryle. We're coming. I go.
Mefrid told me about your time in Alagana. How a certain someone gave you a piece of his mind when you first met. Try not to hold it against him.
Who?
I do not remember that, don't worry.
Oh, they're talking about Whisker here. Okay.
Yeah, Whisker was apparently problematic, but it was so long ago that I have no idea.
Whisker was the guy that told Lysov about how she doesn't know how anyone's feeling here and what anyone's feeling.
Yeah,
and he's also the guy that at the end,
her on the head.
Well, he's also the guy that at the end apologized to her and said like, "Oh, I'm sorry for you know,
he was
for
right.
acting that way." Yeah, I know. Yeah, he shouldn't have apologized.
Right.
But that's who this character is. He's the guy who initially went off at her and who eventually apologized to her. That's this guy.
Okay. We should hold that against him.
We couldn't have had more than a few days training when the Imperials attacked the Reach, but I've seen my share of combat since. I may be no hero like you, but I can hold my own against Imperial regulars. You'll see. Hold on. I'm gonna be a samurai.
Party.
Yes.
Let's not waste any more time then, shall we?
My mum said her granddad kept the key with him at all times as a lucky charm. If he hasn't still got it, then, well...
Then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Ready, Melika? We may have to deal with a few Imperial patrols. Wars.
Soldier's not far. Follow me.
Okay, no cinematic, we just go in. Oh, the Obsidian Carbuncle is with us. So cute.
Wow. I have a mark for these guys.
I don't. Why is this guy going off on his own? Everybody's going to the left and the other character is going to the right. So weird. Oh, this is actually weird. Because the new Bard ability has a different color, and now that breaks my brain because my brain is color coded.
Ah, you're colorblind.
It's like the opposite of colorblind. Where like I relate the ability with the color. Why are we killing all these goblins, by the way? Or soblins? The party seems very intent about that.
Here, but this isn't right. Where's everyone?
Port of Alliance advice surely has reached the east. Mayhap they sought refuge. Something. Search for clues. Well, the pot is filled with salt. Recently filled with fish.
Ah.
Someone was hard at work less than a week ago.
They got eaten by fish.
The number has lain undisturbed for some time. Can I talk to Alfie? No, I cannot.
And a queer device.
I have not found a queer device. I have found foreign masonry though. Undisturbed for some time. Oh, there's the queer device. The magic device suddenly springs to life, flashing brightly. It's a trap. Ready? So I sank it. Where is he?
Alright, I was looking for clues. Okay. Looking for clues.
What?
After this, you just go back to looking for clues.
Oh, okay. Ah! Ah, I'm stuck! I just got stuck on a stone. Oh no. Okay. Where are the clues be at? So I guess we don't trigger devices.
Just go to the diary. There's like a diary.
The wake of the ambush, you find the diary belonging to a laborer. The last entry makes mention of a plan to take shelter in the Sali monastery. The south. Where's south? No, that's not where they want. Okay, NPCs, pick away. Okay, they're coming with me. Going the right there. There are enemies here, so I assume that's the way.
I just follow the beach.
It's a flying magic. skeleton? Yeah.
I have a long way to walk. Just walking everywhere. Oh, there's a big boy here.
Okay.
Have to destroy some shield generators.
I am so behind. Oh, there is a big boy.
Yeah.
Something tall, dark, and imperial seems to be blocking the entrance. Oh my. Bankert calling me a darling is everyone.
Can we make it into the monastery?
Nah, I'm still fighting the big boy.
After that, you get cutscene.
Okay.
Do we get voices? Nope.
I don't know. Do we?
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
Nope.
I see. Why would you need voices for an important part of the story?
Nah, it's not important.
Honestly, do you think there will just not be voices for till the end of the expansion? They just run out of funds halfway through.
They're gonna have everyone nodding. Everyone's just gonna nod
it's
instead.
Gonna be nodding.
Ah. Tell me when you're ready for the dialogues.
Okay.
This is it. This is the monastery. They have to be around here somewhere. Wait. What? What? It's me. We're Scotty, your grandson. Go away.
No, we don't need anything. Please leave us.
We don't want what you're selling.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't want any pots.
No.
Thank you.
No. We're fine with our beliefs and our religion. Please leave. Whisker, by the Valgar. Is that really you? Why does his model look so
Small?
no bright? Like the
Right?
he stands out more than everyone. Like everyone else is like a shade of grayish, like faded a little bit, but his clothes, they stand out a lot.
Maybe because they're simpler, and so like the texture is not acting the same way.
Yeah, maybe the texture, but the color, it's the color. It's just the color of the clothes. It just stands out a lot more. He's not dusty like everyone else. Oh, it's good to see you alive and well, lad. But who are these other ones? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Look at how colorful we are as well. It's just like a band of...
The Resistance, Granddad. My comrades in arms. Resistance? Why? What happened? She told you all about me thumbing my nose at the Mad King, did she? Huh. Duff sods never caught me either. Wasn't much. It was my way of rebelling against his rule. Glad to see you've got some higher aspirations. Here, make our family proud. I will, I swear. Ralgar is my witness.
Hold on, I am confused.
What?
Why were they why I say they, why is he hiding in the cellar?
They were hiding because the Imperials came.
But didn't the Imperials come like 20 years ago?
Yes.
Like
yes.
it's not a recent development. Has he been just sitting in the cellar for 20 years?
It doesn't make sense why they would be hiding. I think the implication, our headcanon would be because right now we're at war. Maybe the Imperials they just swept through.
They come for like drafting and stuff, and they just sweep through the villages.
And they maybe they like destroyed everything nearby just in case people would be conspiring against them. Like you can write it. None of it is written here, but you can have a reason for this. But it's not.
You can
provided.
have a reason. It's not there.
It's not
but
here.
You can have it.
You can have one. Yeah, for sure.
Because I was just confused because like it sounded like it was a recent thing. So why would they suddenly need to hide if they didn't need to hide before?
Yeah. Again, you can have reasons for that. What? Oh, 10 years younger, but I'm not. Look after my grandson. I'll make him proud. Make him all proud. Up you know. We should go. Arnivold and the others are waiting. Thancred. The revolutionary spirit runs in the family, I see. This.
I was worried when he wasn't at the Saltery, but we found him in the end. Now that we've got the key, it's time to find that underwater tunnel.
Liz is in the mood for a swim, of course.
Oh, as always. She's always in the mood. We need to dive into the locks and look for a tunnel leading beneath the residential district. That should be no problem for Mirika and me, thanks to the Kojin's blessing, but for the rest of you...
I'll have you know that I can hold my breath for 10 minutes.
Good job, buddy.
I think it's best that I support Mango in Arnivold's unit.
Alright, you can swim.
I am aware of that. Thank you. But it is neither here nor there, given that I lack both the Kojin's blessing and the Thancred's preternatural lung capacity.
Right, of course. I didn't mean anything by it. Nothing at all. God. Because it does that I hate her. So, Mirika, Thancred and me. Let's head to the water's edge. Alfina and Whisker, can rejoin the others and wait outside the gates for us to let them in. I want an option in the cinematic. Every time somebody picks on Alfina, I want an option to punch them. We're not in party. Can the game do that for me? Can I have an option like when Liz like makes fun of Alfina? I just like, I don't know, like punch her in the shoulder or something. I need that. Stop picking on Alfina. I will defend him. Also, I also can't swim. Stop picking on Alfina.
You think it's gonna be a plot point later where he learns how to swim? Like in a future expansion?
I mean, depends if they hire the same writers, right? Because this expansion, they really like picking on Alfina. To be fair, they did in Heaven's Sword as well, but it was more... I wouldn't say wholesome, but it was like, you know... It was better timed than here. So this is a Salt Lake. Wait, but Salt Lake shouldn't freeze, should it?
Maybe this isn't ice. Maybe this is... No, it's ice.
Salt.
It's magic. It's magic. Like magic.
It's magic.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's
because
magic.
salt like shouldn't freeze. Like salty water doesn't
magic.
freeze.
It's magic ice.
Just
it's
physics
fine.
doesn't work
it's
that way.
Magic ice. It's fine. Thank you. You'd be surprised what skills an urchin can pick up in a city of pirates. A knack for selling fine leather waistcoats being one. Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's making a yuck. It's making a yuck.
He does have a waistcoat though.
Is
that a waistcoat? This looks as good a place as any. Who wants to have some fun in this war?
Hey, you dive into the briny deep. Nani? Who are you?
Wait, who are you? Why are you here? Rianche, what are you doing here?
I don't know. The writers just put me here.
Oh, the writers remember that I'm a character.
Mas Alfino, inform me of your plan, and thus did I hasten to your side. When Mistress Alisei unfolded to me the tale of her defeat, I was much intrigued by the apparent ease with which Fordola, a therefore unexceptional warrior, defied my lady's every attempt to do her harm. After some few days of deliberation, I subsequently contrived that what I believed to be a solution to the problem of her preternatural prescience. 'Twas in hopes of furnishing you with the fruits of my labors that I came.
Wait, isn't that Montbrida's
stick? Yes, it is a stick.
Stick.
Her etheric siphon formed the basis for my design.
It's a etheric stick.
Should my hypothesis prove correct, you need but activate it in her presence. To say more would endanger the plan, for ignorance is your shield. I mentioned before that I hope that we don't kill Fordola. Right, we had a big conversation about this. For me at least, I want this character to persist into future stories to flesh out what's happening when on the side of the Empire. Right, I like the idea more. I think it's more interesting if this is a character that's stuck around at least a little bit longer. Here, this feels like she's probably going to be a boss in a raid or a boss in a trial or something, and now you have this item that can take away her power, and then you can beat her, and then you can kill her.
Yes.
It's like.
I think it may be even worse, where like we siphon her and then she's just dead because of the siphoning. And It'd probably just be siphon her and then she's normal again. Okay.
But yeah, it'd be a shame if that was the case, because I still feel like it'd be nice to have that character persist over time, but okay. It was Mumbrida's time. It is not yours, my friend. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal and return.
We will. For you and for her. Right. I'm going in. Follow me.
Pretty sure dresses
okay, but can I just say...
swim underwater, by the way. Sure.
Look, the dress is awful for most things. It's purely a decorative thing.
It is, yeah.
But can I just say, regardless of Fordola's fate, I hate this. Specifically, what I hate is like we have been on a sneak mission to get in here, and Urianger just waltzes in, just takes a stroll across the lake. It's like, oh yeah, hey, here, have this weapon to defeat your enemy.
Yeah,
it's like, here, you forgot your lunch.
It's like narratively, it is literally a Deus Ex Machina, because it's something that was never set up. It's something that we haven't discussed. We even spoke about it, how in game it would be nice if we had a conversation about what's happening with Fordola and what's happening with the experimentation on different people. And it was barely touched on for like a second, but like it's something that's interesting that just has never been really probably addressed in game. And now suddenly Orianger's like, oh, hey, apparently Alisaie told me everything, and because she told me everything about what happened, I by myself decide to, you know, come up with like a plan or a strategy or something to defeat $4 without any
But I'm not gonna
involvement.
tell you.
Without
But
any
I'm not gonna
involvement.
tell you what that is because ignorance is bliss, and you shouldn't know.
No, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Even if he said it, like that doesn't make it better. That doesn't make it better. The fact that this was done without the in-game character's knowledge or without any input or anything, it feels weird. It feels, yeah, it doesn't. It's not good narratively to.
Yeah, but it's
to
not
do
only
this,
bad.
to have like a
It's
solution
like
out of nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like it's they made it even worse because not only is that a solution out of nowhere that he just gives to us with no context whatsoever, like with no lead up to it, he also does it on enemy territory.
Yeah.
It's like not we are still in the base and you know, and like we're getting ready to set up. It's like, hold on, I have something for you before you leave. No, we are literally had to fight our way through here, and he just walks in. It's like, oh yeah, here you forgot this.
Yeah. It's just really
it's the worst way to put it in.
It's literally like it feels like a band-aid solution put in like after the fact,
yes.
right? It's like oh, we actually forgot we forgot that we need something to counteract $4's new power. I guess we should just have a ranger give it to the character, I guess, here, and then they just insert it here, right? Like in the story.
Yeah, but why here of all places?
Yeah, it was just a bad decision. Even if it's like a last second like insertion, it would have made more sense if it was done at the base for sure. It's weird that it was done here.
Before we set for this very sensitive mission across enemy lines.
There was no reason for them to pace this interaction here instead of earlier, for sure.
Yeah.
I think
like that was the most bizarre thing out of all of this.
The only reason why it would be done here, I think, is that they didn't want to write any dialogue with Urianger interacting with other characters. I think that if they had inserted him before, then you probably would have had extra dialogue because other people probably would have interacted, wanted to have like said something. I would say maybe.
Not necessarily. You can have him like be like just us, and he'll be like, hey, don't tell others I'm here. I'm just here to give you this, and I'm running away, whatever. You can write some reason for which he would strictly talk to us.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think they just want him to talk to Liz. I think that's the problem.
Maybe.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but like because again. The weapon itself is annoying enough, but the fact that he did it here is just like, what? Are we ready to swim?
Am I missing something? Oh, we have to swim, okay.
Yeah, we have to swim.
That's when we have to dive.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just chilling here. That tunnel leads east. Tank had already gone ahead. Let's not keep him waiting. So are you happy that they're using Tancred or something?
They're not using him.
They could have.
They haven't used him yet.
They could have benched him entirely.
They could have. In my mind, they still have. They haven't used him yet.
So this is a nice place. It looks intentional for diving.
Yeah, like this doesn't look like a well.
No, this does not look like a well. This looks like something that you're supposed to go in. Like a nice bath.
Oh, look, there's a vista.
Sure.
The hidden tunnel. In order to supply Alamiga with potable water, brine was channeled from Luxel to be distilled. With the Empire's arrival, however, the existing techniques were replaced with magic-based filtration systems, and the well was rendered obsolete and abandoned. Okay.
So how did they distill it before?
By boiling water. They used to boil water.
No, so they just boiled it, I think.
Yeah.
I like how there's a bed here.
That tunnel was much longer than anticipated. I would rather not make the trip again, if it's all the same to you.
Phew, that was fun.
Yes, tremendous fun. Who needs a beastman's blessing anyway?
I still can't believe you managed to hold your breath this entire time. You could have died. It felt like we were down there for hours. Anyway, it's time we let our friends in. Once we head up these stairs, we'll need to make our way to the main gates, which are somewhere to the west of here.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but it bears repeating that until we open the gates, we three are on our own. So it would be in our best interest to avoid guards and easily startled smallfolk.
Obviously, but once our guests have arrived, we'll be free to head towards the research facility where cries being heard as loudly as we like. Since you've been here before, will you lead the way?
Of course, but I will move quickly, so see that you do not fall behind.
Nothing left to say then. Let's get to it. First. All set, Minika?
Proceed.
Level 70.
Okay, we have a sneak mission.
Follow my lead. Okay. Oh, I'm bad at those. Wait, Patro, let the pass. Very sneaky.
All clear with me.
Oh, I'm not that far ahead. Okay, I'll clear.
I'm not clear.
Sneak. Nobody make a noise. Sentry, get to cover. Okay. Cover. That's not a cover.
Yo, imagine if we had some Domin Shinobi that was supposed to help us, and maybe... Remember that?
Who? Who's that?
Remember how the Domins did agree that they were going to help us assault Alamigo? Remember how we actually had a rant about that, and how they just never came?
Who?
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how Tankred is our Shinobi.
No, it's just kind of weird that they said they were going to be here, and they're not here yet.
Look for lever.
Next thing.
See, it says open heaven sweep. Alfino, can you hear me? The gates are open. Friends are eager to engage with the Imperial. I will protect Alfie. But again, I still stand by that the lines during this kind of quest should be voice acted, because I struggle to read those while I'm I like how they like it. Insurgents here.
But yeah, like this is legitimately the assault on the city, right? Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where are the Dolmens? Did the writers just forget? Did they actually just forget? Like
it is.
That there were meant to be Dolmens here?
Not there. Uh-oh.
And the problem is that even if they introduce them later, like you miss an opportunity to make use of to make use of some of their skills that they would otherwise have. Right?
Because the whole reason why we needed the Domas was because we didn't have enough forces for this, and now we're doing it on our own anyway. So what was the point?
The idea is that we wouldn't have gotten this far without them, but we got this far without them. So it's like also then what was the point?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we didn't actually need them. We just wasted time.
Their presence is though mandatory. Ahí está.
Nah.
Shaking my head.
You know, we're coming. Make ready, my friends, says Alf, you know?
I have a cutscene. That's for $1.
Is their voice acting though?
I think so. No, never mind. There's not. Is there really no? Really for this? Okay, there's no voice acting.
I told you, it feels like they literally ran out of budget because none of the scenes lately have been voice acted.
No shot. Hello, Linus Curry. Hello, Papi Ga. Good to see you.
Oh boy.
Bienvenidos.
Let me know if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. I reckoned you lot would come, but I didn't think you'd have the nerve to break the bloody doors down. Makes no difference to me though. Time to die.
It's okay, we have a stick.
We have a stick.
I
like how we just like, stick.
Use the etheric siphon to weaken for $1 and defeat her in battle. Defeat for $1 and Lucas. Oh, like she got a name.
I can read your every move.
How do we weaken her again? I'm doing this wrong. Am I supposed to be using the siphon at a specific moment? Or just
no, just use it on her. And then she becomes weak. Make sure you target her.
But like, it's not like, oh, when she does this ability.
How could I lose?
Oh, so Alfino and Tankard left, so it's just Liz and us. God damn it.
If only you knew the power!
I got her.
I am close, but not there yet.
Oh, yo, we have a cutscene with the stick.
Ah, shit.
With voice acting.
Okay.
No. Not after everything. I cannot lose. I will not.
I'm hoping that she doesn't die here, but we'll see. I feel like this character deserves, if we're gonna kill her off, deserves to die like in a raid or like in a 5-man or something.
Oh, but you will. Without your tricks, you're nothing. Conrad, Mefrid, your own comrades. I should kill you here and now for what you did. But there's no place for that kind of justice here. Not in my Alamigo.
Oh, how very bloody noble of you. Oh, you'll pardon me my sins, will you? After you and your freedom fighters come and tear down everything we've worked so hard to build. We were fighting for our people's freedom.
You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
Now, my friend!
You know, you'd think if they have like a falafel prisoner, they'd have like a falafel-sized incubator, like not a regular one. Like it feels like a waste of space, right? Like a waste of energy.
Croyle!
God, her head is huge.
Alphino? I knew you'd come.
Touching as this moment is, it will have to wait. We should rejoin the main force at once. Lise!
I'm taking her back with us, alive. She's going to answer for what she's done.
Listen to you. Talking like you've already won. Xenos is gonna tear you apart. He commands a power echoing that of the Icons.
I mean, we're icon slayers, so it's okay.
What are you talking about?
The hunt, you stupid cow. I'm talking about the hunt. He said you'd come. And here you are, his willing prey.
Called her a cow.
You and your friends are dead, just like mine. And all our misery, all our sacrifice, it was all for naught!
No. You're gonna live long enough to see us win our freedom. I promise you that.
May I live 1,000 years.
Interrogations can wait. Let us be off.
We're in the Alamigan Quarter. Ooh, there are some quests that were left behind as well. Ugh, God. I'm waiting for Cooper to finish. Sweet. I'm not too... Yeah, we'll see how they play out this area. I'm not too fond of the idea of us not having any quests that explore this region. Like, main story quests, I mean. We'll see. Hello, Coppa.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow, what an exciting story.
Good to say. I have one thing to say. Do you know what I have to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I was in charge of this facility, I would have some falafel-sized incubation chambers to save space and to save energy, and to not use a full human-sized one for cryo.
I can understand them having the same size. I mean, it's
no.
probably just whatever they have.
I would be more efficient. Okay, look, I want to bring in a bunch of falafel prisoners, and you're telling me that I'm gonna have to waste space putting them in like incubators that are 3 times their size?
No. Just put few in the same.
Okay, that was you say we should have seen the chamber open and then like 5 like falafels like topple out.
5 falafels.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, one or the other. Either have smaller chambers or like just stuff a bunch of them in, like into one. Like I agree. That would have been great.
No, because I don't think, because like making a custom small one is like, you know, it's more resources. Meanwhile, you can have the same mold for all of them and just, you know, just stuff more of them.
It depends how many falafels they're capturing. Like if they're only getting like one every now and then, there's whatever. But if they're capturing like a lot of them, then like you want to have like the custom built ones.
Yeah, just throw them all in.
Yeah. That's all I have to say.
That was all the commentary.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
That was all that was worth commenting here.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like how they're handling the character of $4. I don't like how they're dealing with the character of $4. I don't like any of the dialogue that was shared between them. It's kind of weird. I know.
Yeah, Liz's reactions were very much out of place, considering that up to this point she didn't seem bothered by anything.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's like, oh, the death of all these people. They didn't care about them dying,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like both sides were bizarre, because on one side you have Liz, which is completely ruined plot point. But then also Kryle just happens to be in the first chamber that we check, and we also somehow know how to operate Magitech now.
Oh, that's fine. I wish. I don't think I'm too fond of how Alphinaud reacted to Kryle. As in, I think if he cares this deeply about the character, I think there should have been more lead up. In the sense that I think the biggest problem with Kryle is that if you remember, like, she was taken, and we didn't very often reference that, the fact that, like, oh, she's missing. Remember, we kept commenting on the fact that, like, hey, like, are we not gonna, like, bring up the fact that she's missing? Are we not going to bring up the fact that, like, you know, we're trying to look for her and trying to find her and trying to figure out what's going on and where she is? Like it was very much so pushed to the background. So the idea of Alphinaud being this distraught and this intensely emotional about finding her wasn't built up because there was no urgency when it came to finding her. Remember, it was an afterthought. Remember, we had the discussion with Robin where he was like, oh yeah, like, you know, Carl might be there, you know, so you have to you'd have to, like, you know, be careful about the assault or whatever. Like, it was, again, it was like these like off remarks, like, off remark comments regarding
you could still set it up where, like, Alphinaud is, like, actively worried about it, but it's like Thancred is on it. He's gonna do it. But, like, you still have, like, you know, the, like, flavor text essentially where, like, Alphinaud is, like, you know, actively, like, worrying about this.
Yeah, but they didn't do that. That's the problem. Like, they did.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, like, it doesn't take a lot to, like, add that in. Just, you know, like, just add a line where he says stuff like that.
But that's why. But that's important when it comes to building up like a scene like that. Another example is Ishtola. Ishtola's been gone for the entire expansion. If she's been gone this long, is she dead? Like, is she, clearly, like, the damage that she took is severe enough for her to be gone this long, but, like, no one's saying anything about it. No one has mentioned Ishtola. No one is talking about it.
Yeah.
So then it doesn't feel important. It doesn't feel like it matters. It feels weird. Like, obviously it doesn't matter. Obviously the writers just didn't want to deal with the characters. They just got rid of them. But, like, when it comes to the story that you're telling, like, you want to make it matter. You want to make it be impactful. So then when you see them again, it, like, means something. For Kryle, it doesn't mean anything to me because, like, for so long she's been gone, and for so long it didn't feel like anyone cared that she was gone. They're writing it that Alphinaud cares and that Alphinaud's really emotional about it, but this feels out of place because it's very sudden as opposed to the build-up. There's been a little bit of build-up with him. Like, they've had some lines where he's, like, cared, but at the same time, like,
yeah, because
so much
Alphinaud seems to be the only one who really cares because of the things they set up in Heavensward. Because in Heavensward they set up that, like, you know, they're not, like, personally friends, but she's, like, his old master and stuff, so he kind of, you know.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because, like, none of that was addressed here in this expansion.
But that's what I'm saying, that all of that was established in Heavensward, and they just kind of took it and be like, yeah, hey, we don't have to do that work, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Same with Thancred. Do you think that he'd care because he's been going the entire expansion as well, and the only thing he's been doing in the downtime is searching for Kryle? That's all. That's literally the only thing that he's done the entire expansion, and he didn't care. Like, there was no line there for them. So it's just weird. It's just very poorly done. Yeah, it's cringe. Saved once more by Urianger's ingenuity. I look forward to learning why it was so imperative that we remain ignorant of the device's precise function. Alright, the other thing I was gonna say, I don't like I don't like how we're dealing with $4. I don't like the idea that the end of her character is gonna be in a quest, not in a dungeon or a trial or a 5-man or anything. Like, that feels a little bit disrespectful to the character.
It does. She was just, oh, you know, like, oh, you have this, like, strong opponent with, like, interesting backstory. By the way, here's a thing that just removes her from the story.
Like, Ilbert's got a dungeon, he got a cinematic, yeah. he got his own thing.
I mean, he got a whole storyline that spilled over into this expansion.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, and he was like a side villain character. I would equate $4 to an Ilbert. So, like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, and she had something interesting actually going on.
Yeah. When I say weird, I should say it's just very disappointing. It's just very disappointing if that's how the character is going to be dealt with. So let's reach the crowd.
They used medicines to keep me in a torpor for much of the time. I fear I am still recovering from the effects. But I will be fine. I will.
What a relief to have finally found her, though my greatest challenge yet lies ahead of us. On the eve of this final battle, I find myself overcome with joy. We could not have saved her without everyone's help. Thancred, Liz, Orianger, and of course, you. But yes, there is still much and more to be done. I should be very interested to learn the meaning of Fordola's ominous words, for one. Oh, we got the... Oh, that's Thancred's bandana, I guess. I don't know why we're getting Thancred's bandana, but sure.
It's like, you know what? I don't need this anymore. Here.
Afinal's a man with one less worry on his mind. Liz has gone to deliver Fordola into custody of the Alliance, leaving Mango and her men to hold the residential district and stand ready. Once the Alliance has breached the main gates and commenced their assault, the Resistance forces will push through the entrance here and join the fray. In that case, I'll remain here. My search for Kryl took me into the city proper, and my familiarity with the defenses may prove useful to the Resistance. Understood. I shall instruct Arnevold and his unit to render support as well. They were tasked with securing the Aetheryte, as I recall, with me light.
Okay. It's like, bye, Thancred. It was nice to meet you again.
Like, they literally didn't address the fact... Oh, right, we're not listening. They didn't address the fact that he's been gone. And what he's been up to. Hello.
Bye,
Like that.
Thancred. But yeah, he just appeared and now he's done. We're done with his story. Never to be mentioned again.
But yeah, like, there's no, like, this isn't even the main Alamigo city. This is a district, by the way.
Residential.
And this is like, there was nothing like this in Doma. Nothing. And there should have been.
Yeah.
Like, this is
should have been.
like, this is like
At
disappointing. Seeing all this is just like, what were we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
It sounds like what they were saying was not true, and Doma was not big at all.
Well,
It's more like a village.
it almost feels like they just shouldn't have done the Doma story if that's how they're gonna treat it, right? Like, if in my mind the reason why Doma was as small as it was is maybe they just had less they didn't have enough resources or enough time to devote to actually properly doing it, so then they just half-assed it. It's like, if you're gonna do that, just don't do it at all, right?
Especially since the Domas are not even taking part.
Yeah.
So they're not even important for the story itself.
Yeah. Alfina. The Aetheryte perhaps is the most strategically important landmark here, as it can serve as a gateway for attuned troops with sufficient anima. Such tactics are not without their risks, however. Were the Imperials to discover that the Aetheryte was being used in such a fashion, they might turn their artillery upon us, destroying the beacon and the better part of the district, at the cost of countless civilian lives. Why wouldn't they to begin with? What?
Firstly, yes, and secondly, wait, so the civilians are living here?
Yeah, I mean, this is a district. I know. God's Crown, it's good to see you. I feel the worst.
It wasn't your fault. You saved me. All of you. Thank you.
We'll be departing shortly for Porta Praetoria to rejoin the main host. Arnevold, I'll have your units remain here with Thancred, that you might support the resistance troops in the coming battle. Understood. We're going to let you down. We're going to let you down. Trust you will refrain from doing anything I would not. We are both far too young to die. Right, right. No noble sacrifices. Got it. Right, Cryo, let us be off then. Okay. Maybe they'll show up when the Imperials use their secret weapon and save the day, like the Riders of Rohan. Yes, they're going to shield us from the death ray.
The 2 Riders of Rohan, because the only like 2 people are.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, it's not wrong.
Even though all of them have the ability to, only like 2 of them actually do. They're gonna arrive like Gandalf at sunrise.
See, look to the east, because in the east there's Doma.
Yes.
Not bad.
Ah, the heroes of the hour. Not content with securing the residential district, you gifted me an Imperial commander. What are you after, a medal?
We have voice acting, let's go.
The work is its own reward, General. I must say, however, that Fordola's claims were not a little disturbing. What manner of power could Xenos have acquired that might equal an icon?
I wouldn't think it matters, because we literally are icon slayers, but okay.
Might you speak of our missing Omega?
Oh, remember Omega? True.
Very possibly. The Empire's fondness for comparable Allagan technologies is exceedingly well documented. Have we made any progress with our own investigation?
None. The search goes on in earnest, but Sid has thus far found nothing of note. Mayhap the Garleans beat us to it. If they were working desperately to repair the machine, that might explain their decision to remain within their...
Ah, Lise. I trust you surrendered Fordola into custody without incident. We were just discussing the pilot's claims.
About Xenos and his newfound powers. She hasn't said a word on the subject since we rescued Cryle. Even when the interrogator asked nicely.
Mayhap I can offer some insight into her claims, or at least into the facility and the experiments they conducted during my time there. Though my memories of the period are somewhat muddled, there are a few things I remember with painful clarity.
Thancred told us only that Fordola had undergone some manner of treatment.
Yes. It is a place wholly dedicated to the creation of enhanced beings, whom they refer to as the Resonant. As I understand it, the process aims to imbue a test subject with the qualities of an individual with demonstrated magical aptitude. This entails the mechanical extraction and transfusion of some manner of primordial essence.
Okay.
So that's how Fordola improved so fast. I knew there had to be something. She wasn't half as strong or quick to predict my attacks when we first met. If it weren't for Oriange's siphon thingy, I really don't think we'd have beaten her.
My humble scheme asked far more in the execution than it required in the conception, I do assure thee.
Oh, you've got to stop doing that.
In calling upon Lady Alisaie after her defeat, I was most intrigued to learn of the apparent effortlessness with which Fordola countered her attacks. 'Twas as if she knew the blade's destination ere its journey began. A most impressive feat under any circumstances, but an almost miraculous one when considered in the context of Fordola's unfamiliarity with my lady's arts. How then could she so perfectly predict an unknown opponent's every move? After much deliberation, I surmised that Fordola may be possessed of a preternatural ability to divine meaning from the fluctuations of an individual's ether and to instinctively react. To employ a metaphor, one might say that she was attuned to the whispers of my Lady Alisaie's soul.
Wait, have you not just described a manifestation of the Echo?
I think we spoke about this previously, about how it's like a way to like it's what I'm looking for. God, I'm so tired. Not custom. You know what I mean. It's a way to make echo which isn't natural, if you will.
I had no conclusive proof. The available anecdotal evidence suggested only that Fordola was uncommonly sensitive to etheric fluctuations, and 'twas this which led me to develop my stratagem. I would fashion a device with the capacity to generate a massive disruption in the surrounding ether. If, as I suspected, Fordola's senses were indeed questing for the most minor of oscillations, the shock of exposure to a more amplitudinous etheric waveform would be akin to a debilitating bout of ether sickness.
How ingenious. I note that the success of your plan hinged on your device's wielder remaining ignorant of its purpose, lest Fordola divine your intent.
Like synthetic? Was I thinking of like synthetic echo? Not counterfeit. Artificial. There we go. God, Jesus! Like I was racking my brain trying to like in my brain I was like preservatives. No, like I was thinking of artificial echo. There we go. Jesus.
Indeed so, Master Alphino. All things considered, 'twas a most fortuitous outcome.
That's putting it mildly. In any event, if Urianger is correct, that would mean these Resonant have been granted the power of the Echo via artificial means. A sobering thought, to say the least, and one which makes me wonder what else Xeno...
Whatever the Viceroy's newfound powers, I know of none better equipped to face him. And face him you must, for there is now but one path forward, and it leads straight to Alamigo.
And it's not as if we came unprepared. We've got all our friends and allies fighting for the same thing. Honestly, right now, I feel like we could take on anyone and win. And I mean anyone.
It's great that you feel that way.
Well, no one's saying we shouldn't be cautious. Though maybe I was getting a bit carried away. Right, I'd best get back to the residential district. Thancred and the Resistance forces are waiting.
It is time we join the main host. Kryl, in light of your recent ordeal, might I suggest that you remain with the rearguard for now?
Oh, if you insist. Just this once.
Is she not going to tell us what was done to her? To maybe give more insight as to what's happening and maybe as to what's going on when it comes to other like experiments and things that are happening when it comes to the research facility? No? Okay. I guess not. I guess not. I guess we just ignore it. Sure. Who cares? Who cares? Ah. On the way to Copa. Wanna be astrologer. Este East, exactly. Este East.
I know. I have a new theory.
Okay.
This is 100% not what's actually gonna happen, but this is my new headcanon or whatever you call it. Urianger actually died. He's no longer with us.
Huh?
And this is like some spectral spirit that's being Urianger. Because he just appears randomly.
He's just Batman.
No. I mean actual like spirit, because when he was messing with like the whole like Warriors of Darkness thing, something happened to his soul, whatever you want to call it, and he's not actually material anymore, and he just appears wherever he wishes because of that.
Huh.
That's my new theory.
Okay.
Urianger actually doesn't exist anymore.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, because he just randomly appears in random places.
It's just his thing. He's just Batman.
Sure. And nobody hears him coming either.
Nah.
So, any opinions on what just happened?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
No. No.
Nah.
Nothing to say?
It's disappointing that they don't extrapolate it, they don't talk about what happened to Kryl. I think Kryl, she alluded to it, and she's like, hey, yeah, they're doing experiments, and they're like, they're manufacturing their own artificial echo in people. But like, we don't know what happened to her. I think it'd be useful to know what was done to her and what was been done to other people, and like it's interesting, right? Like it's I feel like it's a plot point that could be interesting to explore, like the idea that they're like creating their own artificial echo and imbuing their own soldiers or people with that sort of stuff, and like that's something that has to be like contended with, and we have to be careful about, and we're trying to like figure out and stuff, and what that means. But like we just don't talk about it. We just move on.
Yeah.
We just move on. Like Kryl, she's been a prisoner who's been tortured and experimented on for like weeks.
For like a month.
For like a month. And we just don't talk about it. It's like, okay, what? So once again, it like diminishes what she went through. If we're not talking about it, if we're not addressing it, then it's like what happened? She may as well just not have been like taken. What was the point?
And you know what? They successfully now removed her from the story, because Alpine is like, you should rest, and she's like, you know what? I should rest.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again.
It's weird. Anyway, Arranger.
Wait, hold on, be right back. I'm gonna get some water. Hold on 1 second.
But we're gonna wrap up soon. We're probably just gonna finish this quest and maybe accept the other quests, and then just wrap up, because we have already done quite a lot today, and I'm giga tired. So happy to wrap it up for today and continue next time, and maybe wrap up the story next time. We'll see. I don't know how much is left when it comes to MSQ. But hopefully we're almost done. Now we can wrap it up. The next time we stream,
I have acquired water.
Okay. Ranger said nothing. I don't know. He said, "Watch out, icon tower." So I pray proceed with the utmost caution, lights. If there be truth in Fordola's words, the Viceroy is indeed possessed of a power echoing that of the icons. Then still greater strength shall be required to bring about his defeat. Okay, happy now.
Do you think that the echoing the icons is intentional?
If I may, General, is there aught Light and I can do to assist with final preparations? Ah, I'm glad you asked. Pippin informed me moments ago that all forces are in position and we are ready to commence the assault. Naught remains but to notify the Alliance commanders. If you have no objections, I should be glad to have you do the honors, Light. You were instrumental to the success of Operation Archon. You helped bring an end to the Dragonsong War. You are a hero to the people and a symbol of hope. Some might judge it an empty gesture, or worse, a waste of your talents, but I know it would mean much to everyone here. I already spoke to everyone, but sure, we'll speak to everyone again. Amric. Oh, look, they all
So again, I don't
you.
like being... Yeah, I don't like being a hero, I'll be honest.
Lucia.
Xenos has never cared a whit for politics. He lives for war and war alone. Kill him, or he will kill you.
Huh. That you should be the one to bring me word. By the Fury, it is good to see you, my friend. You, who stood with us in our direst hour, will ever be an inspiration to my countrymen, and to me. Although Ishgard's debts can never be repaid, it is my hope that our deeds this day shall go some small way to readdressing the balance.
See, Amric we have direct connection with, but for the others I'm like, no, I'm just one of the soldiers. I don't want to be like the hero who saved everyone. It was a big operation. All is ready. Very well. Though many will fall in the coming battle, how many more shall know liberty for their sacrifice? There is a time for peace and a time for war. Even the matron understands this. We, who have received of hers and the elemental's blessing, go now to stand for Eorzea and her children.
No way.
It's time then. Though this is not my theater of choice, we will play our part. Our cannons care not, either way. That battery has sunk enough ships to fill a fleet. It's not like to be bested by a gate.
It is done then. Thank you, Light, for humoring an old bull.
His code is so much more fancy.
Maelstrom, Adder and Ishgardian forces are in position, General. Resistance forces in the Alamegan court are ready and await our signal. Naught is left to do but the deed itself. I think that is where we end it for today.
Okay.
The measure of his reach. What is this? Raban has a personal favorite also. It's not even the start. Okay, never mind. But anyway, we'll end it here. Other quests just opened up as well, so there's a bunch of like main side quests or like Aetheryte side quests are made available, so we'll do that next time. There's a quest from Dorothy there, there's all these other quests. So we'll do a bunch of these other side quests and then the main quests. And we might finish the MSQ next time, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. I mean, it's supposed to be a big battle, so maybe.
Like, this feels rushed, is what I will. This last zone feels very rushed. It feels like we're about to do the final raid, and we have not explored the zone at all. Like there's just we have not gone around whatsoever. So it feels kind of weird. Feels kind of empty, but we'll see. I mean, obviously we're about to do these side quests, and they're probably going to send us around to explore.
And again, still no Domans.
Nah, still no Domans. Do you legitimately think that they forgot him and they won't arrive until at all? Do you think they just won't arrive here? Because as you mentioned, at this point it's too late. At this point it's too late.
You know what? You know what? In the final battle with Xenos himself, we will have Hien. And that's it.
Okay.
Just Hien. No one else.
Okay.
Not even Yukiri. Just Hien.
Lovely.
And Liz and Hien will take down Xenos together.
Okay.
And then they will marry.
Okay.
For some reason.
They'll have 10 babies.
I don't know what that thought, but sure.
There you go. But yeah, despite what's happening with the MSQ, we did have a fun time, a nice time with the Bard questline.
No, the Bard quest was lovely. I loved it.
Yeah.
The Bard quest was really good.
And when it comes to the Dancer questline, we'll either do it next time or next week. Maybe next week. We might do it next week instead. We'll see. We'll do that at some point. I mean, you have to catch up with it anyway. So.
Yeah.
So we'll catch up with that. Otherwise, thanks for watching.
I assume Dancer will be a bit more disconnected though, because they're more like traveling people, like they're not so much connected to these places.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll find out.
We'll see.
But yeah, otherwise, thank you so much. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys had a great time. Again, I do recommend checking out the VOD for the start of the stream. We had a fun time covering the first Bard questline.
The stones.
Yes, the stones. There were some big stones. Big. Likewise, tomorrow we should be live with the podcast and also with Youth Noble Studio 2 circuit as well. That's going to be at 10 a.m. That's going to be in 9 hours. In 9 hours time, we're going to be live on the Cranky Ducklings, casting some 2v2 StarCraft. And in the evening, we'll be live with the podcast as well. So, yeah, plenty of content, plenty of StarCrafts on the horizon. When it comes to some more Final Fantasy, the day after tomorrow, so in 2 days. In 2 days, we should be live around this time with some more Final Fantasy as well. And we can actually stream a little bit longer because the next day, the main mayhem is at 2 p.m. So we'll have more time to play Final Fantasy.
Yeah, sounds good. Hope you enjoyed, particularly the Bard quest.
Yep.
Or our ranting, because the MSQ leaves much to be desired.
Yes. Okay, we're almost done. It's almost over. It's almost over.
It's almost over. We're almost through.
Yes. Yeah.
Why? How? I just want to know how. How did this creation become a thing? With all of its problems. After Heavensward being so good, and with even the class quest being so good, why is the MSQ so bad?
Good questions. But yeah, with that, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the support. We do appreciate it. Thank you for enjoying the rest. Yes, enjoy the rest of your day as well. I stand. Enjoy. I'm glad you had a good meeting as well. I stand. So we'll see you. We'll see you in 9 hours time, or we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. I stand. Till then, bye.
Bye.